What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Superior Adventurers Guild. I'm super stoked because I get to host this fantastic group of people who are going to play this super dope game that Paul created with Josh, who's behind the scenes, producing, pushing buttons, turning dials, making it sound and look real good, which it does. Thank you, Josh, for doing that. You guys, thank you for hanging out with us and joining us in the chat. We've already got a bunch of our friends in there. Great to see you all popping in, new friends and old. Thank you so much. A couple of quick announcements. What are my announcements? My announcements include the following. I should have planned for this. I need someone to hold the cue card. Yeah, yep. Someone hold the cue card for me. Hey, look, we've got a bunch of games going on. That's what I'm going to talk about, games. Tuesday nights, we've got our Shadows of Greyhawk game, so come on back next Tuesday and find out what happens to the crew. We've got this game on Wednesday nights going well into next month, November, so there's a lot more to come here with this crew. Very excited to see where this all goes. We also have a bunch of games that are being played in our Discord, so if you are interested in playing games that are not streamed, but with a bunch of really fun, cool people, we've got a monthly community games program that we fired up in January. We've had our first 2 games. They were absolutely fantastic. We played, Alan was in the first one. We played some Mothership and had a blast. It was a tragic end to a fantastic game. And then the other night there was a game of Dungeon Crawl Classics. So we're playing games that are maybe not as well known and giving people an opportunity to check out some different things. I think in the next month in February we've got a Dragon Bang game that's being run by Shiv. We've got a Traveler game that Alex is going to run. These are all one shots that are open to anybody. And then I'm going to run a Chainsaw game, which is like a Morphborg. Yeah, slasher. It's gonna be fun. Anyways, so if you want to come over and check that out, I encourage you to jump into our Discord. If I can get my business together, here we go. I'm gonna go type a little thing in here. There's a link to our Discord. Come on over and hang out with us. Really appreciate meeting new people and playing games with new people. And there's a lot of fun folks over there. Finally, last but not least, as most of you are probably aware, there are some extremely violent fires that are raging in Southern California, and I'm going to put a link in the chat here. If you have the means to make a donation to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund for the LA fire victims, people who are impacted by the fires, I should say, please check that link out. Even $5 can make a big difference. You can help to really improve things for folks. And the Red Cross is a great organization to do that. And then I will also say, if that's not possible and you can't donate, hey, totally cool. Share the link. Let people know that there's a way that they can make a difference in the lives of these people who are having a really tough time right now. So please go check it out if you can donate. And if not, even if you can, share it around. Let people know that there's an opportunity there. I think right now that's the end of the main announcement. So I'd like to get into meeting and getting reconnected with the folks that you see on the screen here. So let's go around the table and I'll have you guys introduce yourselves. Anything you want to plug or say, please do. Tara, let's start with you again this week. And you're muted again. This is a bit.
That's because yes, it's my bit. That's what it is. No. So hi, my name is Tara. I go by Your Know Me or Your Know Me Too on most socials. And since we're getting rid of one, you can still find me on the other one. You can find me on Discord. You can find me a lot of places. There is a druid that I am playing on this one. It's awesome. She's got gray hair, purple eye, black eye. It's super fun. And I hope you guys fall in love with this game as much as I have.
Thank you, Tara. I love Oaken and her friend too, her little flying buddy. Zip. That's so cool. Let's jump over next to JD. JD, welcome back, my friend.
Hey, glad to be here. I am JD. I can usually be found when I'm not here over on Live from the Apocalypse, where I'm one of the organizers. And I can also be found on socials at JD Not Jason Dean, and I am thrilled to be back tonight in this game as Octavius, who is going to wear potentially multiple faces tonight. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be a good time. Nothing bad is going to happen.
Everything is okay so far. All right, awesome. Let's jump over to Josh. Josh, welcome back.
Hey guys, great to be back for this week's exciting adventures in Houses of Eidolons. My name's Josh. I'm a huge geek. I have been lucky enough to be on board with some games with Guild Superior, and looking forward to hopefully entertaining folks enough that they feel like splashing out a little for the Red Cross effort. That'd be awesome. I'm pretty sure they're good on marshmallows, so we'll keep that one in pocket. Other than that, yeah, let's have fun tonight, guys.
Guaranteed. It's going to be wild and wacky for sure. Speaking of wild and wacky, let's jump over to Alan Henry. What's up, Alan? Welcome back.
Hi, I'm wild and wacky Alan Henry.
Hey.
No, I'm a thoroughly strange person. It's such a joy to be back. This game has been super fun already. We've only played one session. I'm looking forward to seeing what silliness we get up to. I'm playing Gideon, who is like the cyberpunk dystopian version of a gunslinger. Who knows what's going to happen? All I know is this wig is itchy, and I'm gonna, I guess I have to use that now. So woo, yeah.
Buckle in, because here we go. Awesome. So glad to have you guys back. Again, my name's Dave. I'm playing Wyvern, who is a net diver, so I'll be manipulating reality to the best of my ability throughout the night. Very excited to do so. And without further ado, Paul, thank you so much for bringing this game to Guild Superior and running this for us. It's been a blast so far. I can't wait to see what you have in store for us tonight. So please introduce yourself and then take it away, sir.
Micro drive into the core processor of an R&D facility that's being constructed. But in order to do that, this is a black site R&D facility by a mega corporation. In order to do that, they have to first secure the blueprints to that, the schematics to that structure. That's the mission that they're executing now. The second mission will be taking out the high skill security detail before they can arrive on site, so that a lesser security details on site, and then we'll execute the overall mission. So now they are moving onto Helmont Architecture, who owns the blueprint. And Helmont is very strategic because they do black site architecture. They only use analog, pencil and paper, which is almost unheard of in 2198. 2199 actually, it just turned 2199. So our team has flown, our team has flown to Berlin, where they started scouting out. We had Oaken flying her bat up around and using its echolocation and seeing through the windows and taking a look at different things so that they could see. And her mind is simultaneously connected to that bat, so she can perceive through its senses. And she's upgraded it to give feedback to everybody else on the team so they can see through in their little overlay. Wyvern hacked into the cameras internally and was also scouting out different rooms. They think they've identified the room where they believe the schematics might be in a high-tech looking safe. Through the use of contacts, they have set up some plans to place poor Neo Codex and set Neo Codex Megacorporation up for the fall for this whole thing. Corvo did some hunting for a staging ground where he found a lovely strip club to operate out of the back room, owned by the Dynasty. And Gideon, seizing that opportunity, got his cowboy suave on and socialized with some of the fine ladies who informed him that the manager of the tower, the Groseheisen Tower, where Helmont Architecture frequents that club. So Octavius moves out, just blending in with the crowd as he likes to do, and slips and steals, pickpockets the key card, which is a powerful pass to get into levels, including the security level, where a Apex Security is stationed, a very well-known security firm, and ran by one Warsaw, who, as a side objective, they are looking to take out. If they take out Warsaw, they derail at least one of the high-skill agents from the ultimate mission, a guy known as Deimos. So they set forth a plan. Octavius has the facial structure. He has a cybernetic known as the clay face, so he can transform his face to people's faces that he's scanned, and while pickpocketing, he scanned the inebriated tower manager, and so now he's gonna go in, I think, as the manager and see what sort of access he can get to, and if he can sneak in the rest of his team. So that's where we're gonna pick up. Did I miss anything important? All right, so we're gonna jump in. They are just outside of the Groseheisen Tower. It is about 1 p.m. They're doing it night of that they stole. Helmont Architecture won't be, and most people won't be back into the tower until around 8 a.m. So they have a nice window to operate within the tower. And so we're gonna go, and I think, yep, we're at the tower. So you guys are just out front, and you know that there's cameras just out front. You can see them a little bit. So you don't want to walk straight in front and just kind of congregate right out in front of the building. But if you're just passing by and that sort of thing, it doesn't look so suspicious. So why don't we start here, and then Wyvern, when you're ready, we can transition into submersion space, where I also have you poised on site, or at least your avatar.
Okay. Paul, just for kind of like atmospherics, are there, at this time of night in this place, are there people that are like crowds of people still in the streets, or is it pretty quiet?
Yeah, in the street, generally speaking, I mean, there's still some traffic that's going by, but most of the sidewalks are fairly empty. It's still the working week, so it's not like you've got clubs and anything like that going on, at least in the downtown area. So it's fairly quiet at this point. There is a straggler here or there, but nothing that is too alarming. Every once in a while, some cars are going by, neon's lighting up a lot of stuff, and there's still a number of office buildings where, you know, the salaryman is slaving away even this late. Where do we want to begin?
Octavius, you're running the show, man.
I'm ready to go if all of you are.
So go in, and you're going to let us in after we get Vern to do stuff, right? Because I don't want to go in half-cocked.
Vern, are you ready to go?
A little lower. Sorry, what? What? Sorry, guys. I'm here. Yeah. Yep. Let's do this.
Okay, so why don't we go to Vern first, and for that we are going to transition into submersion space. Everybody hold tight.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
So here we are in submersion space. So Vern, you can see the EMS signals of all of your allies. This is your Digidama right here next to you. You can also move that guy around.
All right.
Actually, let me just make sure he has vision range enabled. There we go. So,
Nice.
in front of you, Vern, this is your node, this very shiny looking thing here. So you need to be within 5 feet of that, and you can access the node.
Okay. And all right. So, and then once I access it, I can get an idea of what it has access to, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I will do so.
All right, so as you tap in, this node seems to really only be activated for the perimeter around the building. So you can see the signal of the 2 cameras out front. You could lock and mess with the door. You can actually all non-concealed weaponry and other equipment on your allies is fully accessible to you from that node, and
Okay.
And then you can also detect the camera and controls down the alleyway to the right, to the side door.
Right, and there's
the controls
there's a camera down there, right?
Yeah, there's a camera.
Or recon earlier.
Yep, a camera and then a security door.
Okay.
So there's like a security panel to lock and unlock that.
So guys, I'm connected to the node controlling the exterior security systems and doors. It looks like if we can find that entrance, we could sneak in. I can knock out the camera for a couple of moments while we sneak in that side door.
Yeah, that's the one down the alleyway, yeah?
Yep. That's the one.
Well, yeah, there's only one camera looking at it. If you can take out that camera and unlock that door, we can get right in, right?
I think so. I mean, I can either try to unlock that door, or Octavius, a.k.a. Kevin McAllister, a.k.a. Tower Manager, can open it up. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? What would be better?
Well, yeah, if Octavius is going to get in there and open the door, then we just need to do something with their camera, right?
Yep.
And Octavius, you have your monitors on, or your broadcasting on, so we can see what you see?
Of course.
Sweet. So when you walk in, you can let us know if you need some severe help right away, or if you're good to go get the door open for us.
Yeah, I think the only concern I can think of is that...
Are we getting an echo on Octavius?
Echo.
Let me just make sure.
I will get that fixed. I think that was forged. Nope. It is.
All right, I'm just going to move down towards this alleyway.
I'm genuinely unconcerned with what we do, but I'm really grateful that the box that I'm carrying isn't awkward at all.
Are you saying that thing doesn't have wheels? You can't wheel it around like a piece of luggage?
No, as it turns out, the monitor that we're installing is just smaller than would be required by health and safety regulations to have wheels. So I'm carrying the monitor by myself.
You are a stickler for OSHA regs.
Honestly, at this point, Corvo, I feel like if I was hanging off the end of that thing, it's just going to make it more awkward for you anyway.
I mean, you're not wrong. I can't argue with you there.
Gideon, just tell me one thing. Is Corvo frowning, scowling, or slightly grinning right now?
Well, it's some kind of weird combination of all of the above. And
Shit, that's what I was worried about. Do I have access to Corvo's explosives?
Yes, I don't believe any of them are concealed, and as Corvo can correct me, but I believe, yes, you are picking up his grenades. Corvo, do you have any explosives on you?
They would be currently strapped to the back of the shield in the monitor box.
Yeah,
the only thing that
yeah.
I have that is concealed is the pistol in my forearm.
Okay, so you're not picking up the pistol, but you are picking up his shotgun and his grenades. And then are you knocking out the camera at this point, Wyvern?
Yeah, I can knock
what are you
it
doing
out
with
now,
that
or I
camera?
can wait for a signal from Octavius. I was kind of thinking Octavius could, if you don't mind, Octavius giving us a heads up when you get to the door, and I can dismantle or interfere with the camera, I should say, and then we can sneak in.
Absolutely.
Okay, we still got that.
I'm gonna
echo.
refresh.
Yeah.
Well, why not for expediency? We'll just we'll go ahead and assume that, I mean, because we're gonna knock out the camera regardless, right?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Why don't we go ahead and have you make your hacking check now while
Okay.
JD refreshes?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. First roll of the night. This is intelligence plus my hack.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so we've got a total of 19.
Oh yeah. Are you taking the camera entirely offline, or are you just kind of doing the whole looping feed?
I want to loop
Shenanigans.
the feed so it just looks like the empty alley.
Perfect. All right, it is looped, and will stay that way for quite some time.
All right.
So you guys are safe to progress now down the alleyway. Producer Josh, you can go ahead and scan over to the right of the screen, following Gideon and Corvo as they move in and position themselves in front of the door.
So, Octavius, we're just getting into place.
Sounds good.
Oh! I wonder what that is.
That is curious. So Octavius, are you? I'm assuming at this point you are taking on the manager.
Sorry, that was me trying to see what's going on with my settings.
That's okay. It's fine.
It's all good. You can go ahead and talk. We'll deal with the little bit of echoing. I think it's fine.
But yes, Octavius is taking on the manager's face and is going to swipe the badge through the door and walk right on inside.
Why don't we go ahead and move up to the door? And I think it should be open for you to go on through. I think if you just left click on it, it should open up. It's all very thin. Oh, look at that. Fancy. All right, so as you open it up, you see there is as you come in, you see to either your left or right, kind of, there's two hallways that lead back towards elevators, and you see two security guards just kind of sitting out, and then there's this sort of receptionist, the evening receptionist of the tower at the front. And as you enter, he's surprised to see the manager coming in this late. Ulrich, what are you doing here?
Octavius, for the record, has dressed himself in an outfit that is close to, if not almost identical to, what he saw the manager wearing. And he has spilled just a bit of alcohol on himself, just enough to kind of leave the scent, swish some whiskey around in his mouth, and he looks that type of disheveled one looks when they are drunk and trying very hard to ensure that nobody else can tell they are drunk, but failing miserably. And he just looks to the person who spoke and says, "Well, I didn't finish here tonight. There's a lot going on here, and I need to make sure everything is fine, because everything hasn't been fine."
Go ahead and make a guile check.
Would love to.
And I'm assuming you've walked up to the table, JD? The countertop? So then in which case your pheromones are going to come into play as well, which gives an additional +3.
We love to see it. 19.
Yeah, he's like nodding. You can tell he's trying to be respectful, that this isn't the first time Ulrich has come in a little bit intoxicated. And he's like, yeah, I know. There's a lot to do. Well, I mean, there's not a heck of a lot of people here, but I'll let security know that you'll be just doing what you got to do. Yeah, let me know if you need anything, okay, boss?
And everything's fine, right? Like everything is fine here tonight.
Yeah, it's been quiet, like most nights. I mean, still got this stupid box here. Do you know Kevin McAllister? Like, I don't know. Is there anybody in the tower by that name?
I've never heard of anyone named that. What do you mean there's a package for Kevin McAllister? Let me see that right now.
Okay. He kind of leans back behind. Yeah, he pulls it out and he hands it over. I mean, it's very clearly designated for here. I mean, it's Helmont architecture, but I looked through their roster. I didn't see anybody by Kevin McAllister.
That is such a specific name.
It's very specific and very not German. It's very strange. I don't get it.
I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna find out who this Kevin McAllister is.
I mean, we scanned it too, so I mean, it's not like there's like a bomb or anything in it. Yeah, but yeah, please, here you go. He hands it on over to you.
And Octavius takes it and then nods and makes his way down the hall.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and you can feel free to move your character about. While you move about, JD, Vern, right now you're at a node outside. Are you wanting to reposition?
Yeah, well, here's the thing is I want to be able to get in that door as well. I don't, when I'm in submersion space, do doors and walls pose obstacles for me, or can I?
Most doors will be open unless they've been specifically set up to be also secured in submersion space. So we're going to transition real quick to submersion space here. So Vern, there's a door in front of you. These cameras that's just anything that's glowing orange as you move through this level will indicate it's something that is interactable through the node once you reach the node.
Okay. All right. So
and so you also have your little digidama here too that you can move around, and his movement's 60 feet. Your movement is 30 feet of.
Okay. Well, I would think whatever it takes to allow my companions to get in, and then I want to join them, or like be near where they are, because there's going to be other nodes that I'm going to want to access as we move through this building. So I don't want to get separated too far from them.
Yep. And so at this point, the node that you're at would only allow you access to the outside of the building. So you probably want to now start transitioning inside of, unless of course you think that the badge, the manager's badge, or you want to wait to see if he can unlock the back door?
Yes, probably that's a good idea in case I need to help with that. Okay. Yep.
So before you move, why don't we go back? Manager, and by manager I mean Octavius. Start heading down. Yep, these are just elevators. So all of these doorways that you're passing are elevators on either side of you. And then you see that there's a hallway, kind of a T in the corridor here. This way, it looks like it has like hanging signage that indicates like meeting rooms. And then way down over this way, at the end of the hallway, you see like an emergency exit sign.
And so Octavius is going to go into our nice, lovely linked communication and say, all right, Vern, looks like there's a couple of cameras here heading in towards the door. You want me to just walk down and let you in, possibly get caught on camera? You want to do some shit after?
Yeah,
or
probably
do you
not.
want to come in yourself?
Maybe I should I imagine I can still access the door from a node inside. I could also knock those cameras out so they're not getting our friends entering, or you letting them in. So yeah, I'm gonna with that information in mind, I'm gonna move inside and try to access a node that is closer to those cameras. So I
Sounds
can,
good.
Yeah, basically obfuscate what's about to happen.
Go ahead and move on in, Vern.
Okay, and I'm gonna bring my buddy with. How do I open? There we go.
Now, as you move on in, we'll go ahead and stop your buddy right here. You see a beholder patrolling.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is an ice. And so we'll say back when you open up the door here, before you go barreling in, you see an ice patrolling. You also see a node back over here.
Ice, huh?
Yep. And so this particular ice, the beholder, all it does is tries to build up trace on you. So it's not like a lethal ice, but it just tries to build up your trace to alert until you eventually are at such a high trace that you start, calling in authorities and that sort of thing. Now, I believe you have an ability and your Digidama have what's known as Slate, but I also think you have something called Quarantine, maybe? I don't know if you took Quarantine. I'm not sure all your programs.
I did not take Quarantine. Sorry, this song always gets me.
I know, yeah.
if I slate this thing, that's going to be kind of a dead giveaway that there's something happening. I would think.
So in submersion space, the only way to really be detected is trace, or if there was multiple ice around and they were within sensory range of each other. But from what you can tell, it only seems to be this single ice that's patrolling. So you could probably destroy this ice without putting up any sort of alert. It would just build up trace. Slating it several times might build up 3 or 4 trace.
Got you.
Doing so.
Yeah, you know what? Let's slate this thing.
All right. So, go ahead and, yep, I think you need to be within 30 feet for slate. So go ahead and deploy your first slate program.
And I can slate from my, now, does it make sense to, sorry, this is my first time net diving.
Yeah,
Does it make sense to slate from my Digidama, who also has slate slotted?
Yep, so your Digidama has a separate turn economy than you. So they would get an action and a sub-action that they could also shoot out slate. But they're going to be doing it at slightly less. They're an AI of 3, which means they're...
That's right, yeah. So they would be rolling 3 dice.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to do it myself then. Sorry, Digidama, we'll put you into action shortly. So yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and slate this thing.
All right, go ahead and roll your slate.
Okay, so essentially, I'm rolling a.
It's just going to be your. So slate's going to be power user, so that just means you're making a hacking check as normal.
Hacking check. Okay.
Yep.
That's not great, guys. That's a 10.
Oh, a 10 actually. Do you want to edge dice? It rolled a 12, so you could edge. If you got a 2 or higher on your edge dice, you would successfully slate.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and edge.
So go ahead and roll a d4.
And I got a 2 on the d4. So
there it is. Okay. So slate does two damage to it. You see it glitch a little bit, but it is still active.
Okay.
So you can slate with an action, and you can also slate with a sub-action. You get one of each. Would you like to slate a second time?
Yeah, we need to take this thing down. A little bit better. 16 total.
16. Oops, I dropped a dice. That is successful. You do 2 more damage to it. It's still standing.
This thing. All right, can I now? Do I have? So I use my action as sub action. Are we in another? Does it get an action, or should I just take another shot? Oh, my Digidama can take a shot at it. Yeah.
Your Digidama could take up to 2 shots at it if needed.
2 shots. All right. Let's do it. And so I'm just
Yep,
rolling.
with an action and a sub-action. Yep.
Yep, and I'm rolling 3 dice. Am I adding anything to that?
+3. Yep.
So I'm
Simple
okay,
AI
so
is 3D +3.
Got it. All right, so that's going to be 12, 17.
Oh, that hits. Yes. It is starting to flicker and like glitch out pretty heavily, but it is still functional.
Jeez, guys, they got some serious ice here. This beholder's giving me some trouble. Sorry, I'll be with you in a moment. My Digidom is going to take another shot at this thing.
All right.
That is a 12.
And I rolled a 12 as well, so you did. Always goes to the player. So and with that, it explodes in, as its code unravels, disarming the ice program.
Now, how much trace would that have caused for me? 4? Okay.
Now that will have caused 4. Yep.
All right.
It's 1 trace a slate essentially.
Okay. All right. Just a minor inconvenience, folks. I'm on my way.
So then you can go ahead and move up to the node. All right. And so at the node, Wyvern, you become aware of both the controls back. There's 2 levels of door lock, one to the outside that you don't have access to anymore. That one requires the outside node, but then the next one is an internal door. And then you also pick up in the back hallway, there are 5 cameras, 2 that are looking away from the doorway and 2 that are looking towards the doorway. And then there's a small maintenance room where your allies will enter that has a camera as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, the idea is to affect those cameras so that our friends are not being seen. So I will do that.
So why don't you go ahead and make a single hacking check? This will be to take out the 3 cameras that you would need to take out that would immediately see them.
15.
15. That is successful. So you set those cameras onto a loop. Go ahead and increase your trace by 3 more. And the other thing I want to note, you're detecting both these security guards. They both have assault rifles and a single concussion grenade on them, just for your point of reference.
Okay, good to know.
And we will now transition back to the reel. So in the reel, Octavius, the cameras that are facing towards the emergency exit have all basically, you've been told, are now looping.
And I think before those cameras went down, Octavius was making a show of kind of stumbling around like he had forgotten where he was going. So it would not look strange that the manager wandered in this direction instead of heading straight up.
Certainly.
And Octavius will approach the door.
All right, go ahead and move on over. At the far end of the hallway, you can now see, it's actually over this way. Sorry, over this way. Yep. You see the emergency exit sign down over here. Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
you all
scores,
ready to come in?
How
was
long
that?
can it possibly take to fiddle with a computer while we're standing out here?
So Octavius, you can go ahead and open up that back door. That's the emergency exit door.
I would love
No,
to.
sorry, this one over here. This is to a conference room.
Real quick shout out to our chat who is already rooting for us. Scottish Jeff
Hey.
gave me an edge die, and it looks like Vamp Wickman has 3 edge dice to donate to the 3 players of your choice, Vamp.
And there we go. So now you have opened up the back door. So the back door comes creaking open, you 3 who are mingling in the alleyway. And you see the manager standing there.
I hope that's Octavian, or this is going to go loud real quick.
I'd ask you to please not shoot me, Corvo.
Well,
And in Octavius's hand is a box.
Yes.
Did anyone see my name while we were at the fallback position? Anyone? Are we sure this is Octavian?
well, okay, how about
Well-
this? I go in my head and I say to Octavius, can you broadcast what you're looking at right now?
And Octavius broadcasts an image of the three of you.
I'd
Fine.
say that's confirmation.
Who is that devilishly handsome gentleman? Oh, I see. Right.
Corvo just pushes past and puts the box down inside the storage room.
Yep. And inside of the box are 2 Neo Codex fatigues, and what looks to be a small micro drive with the Neo Codex logo on it.
We'll have to send our thanks to Queenie.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
It's exactly what we were looking for, isn't it?
Yep. I mean, yeah. Do you want to couple us to get into these fatigues now, so they, should anyone see us, they see some neocortex folk roaming around?
I think that makes sense.
So who's getting into the fatigues?
Oh yeah, I will.
All right, Gideon claims one of them. And who's number
I'm
2?
really short, so I'm guessing I won't fit in it. So, Corvo?
I mean, it certainly seems like the appropriate decision if the 2 people who are most likely to be seen on camera when things go loud should be the ones best dressed. But look, while we're here, maybe we should see if we can find anything that we could throw on you, even as just like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Octavian, you're the clay face, the sort of disguise elements to make her look like she's part of the crew for this building, an inside man sort of thing.
Yeah, they got any of them like company polo shirts with the little logo?
Yeah, something like that.
I'll keep my eye out for one as we're moving through. Maybe the manager keeps some spares in his office.
There are there are a number of dressers and shelves. So this is like a dresser, and this is like a locker situation.
Yeah, I'll have a hunt around, see if there's anything that looks like it might be some kind of company uniform for Oaken.
Yeah, go ahead and make an awareness check as you scavenge through stuff.
Awareness. I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, you're a scion. I think you'll be.
Yeah, it's fine. It's 18.
Yeah. As you kind of open up these different lockers, you come across a janitor's kind of jumpsuit as well.
Oh, look, if there's one person that's gonna be allowed to go anywhere, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be a sanitation technician.
It's also the
I'm
person
game.
who's most likely to be underpaid, so it'd be understandable why you'd be an inside man.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
I will take it from Gideon, and I will go in the corner to put it on so they can't see anything, and I will also tuck Zip into the inside pocket.
Nice. So I'll go ahead and have you make a concealment check for stowing Zip in your fatigues. And then Gideon and Corvo, if I can have you both make a guile check, because you're putting on these fatigues, trying to look yourselves like technicians. So guile will be kind of your, how well do you kind of fit into the role?
One of the best,
Concealment is
one of the
9.
best Street Fighter characters.
I rolled a 9 for concealment.
Okay.
Sonic boom. I got a 12.
I got a
Okay.
20.
Woof.
Just so folks remember, we did get a little pool of 3 edge dice from Vampire.
Ooh.
We
That's
do need
true.
them. They're there for us to use. Thank you, Vamp.
There we go. So for you, Oaken, you've got you know, it's fairly well concealed, although every once in a while Zip kind of jostles around inside, and so there's like a little moving bulge every once in a while. But Gideon, I mean, pretty much nobody even recognizes you. You're as Neo Codex as it comes. In fact, you even find like a pair of glasses lying on like this piece of machinery, and you throw on your glasses, and
I've got my
yeah, and then
Good Lord, who
Corvo.
is that?
Yes. Corvo, you actually carrying the big box, the heavy monitor, you kind of also feel about right going in as like kind of a bit more of maybe a little less the nerdy and more of like the heavy lifting kind of technician.
Yeah,
okay.
I think part of the reason Gideon's score was so high is because as he got changed, he like was looking at Octavius being like, so yeah, kind of like this, dude. Like anytime it comes to this kind of subterfuge, he's always trying to get tips from Octavius.
I like to think, though, that Gideon pulled out the glasses all on his own, and Octavius was like, I have taught you so well. Perfect. You've mastered this character, Gideon.
Yeah, all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, good. All right.
All right.
Put that back there. Oh, okay.
Now that the Mutual Appreciation Society's gotten their licks in for the night, shall we carry on with the job at hand?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's head up.
So feel free to move your characters. Headed for the elevators, I assume.
Yeah, let me know when you're free of the cameras, Octavius, and I'll join you.
Sounds good, Vern. You doing okay?
Oh yeah, this is groovy. Just jamming. I'm feeling good, relaxed. Up to the left a little bit. There we go. There we go.
I have questions that I don't want to ask.
Yeah, you don't want the answers to that.
The deluxe package. Don't worry about it.
I have even more questions and even less I want to ask.
Corvo, can you make a civics check for me?
Absolutely. Love doing a civics check every afternoon. Because I... Oh yeah, that's fine. Ten.
Corvo, with your background, and some of your military, but some of your more militarized background, you recognize these things right here are blast doors that can be closed in case of emergency situations. And you also notice the paneling on the floor, and you're pretty sure that that's probably a deployable turret.
So, I have some good news and some bad news. What would you prefer first?
Just give it to us. I'm ready.
Bad news.
Yes.
Right. Well, the good news is we're still alive, so that's a grand start. The bad news is I don't think we'll be coming this way to get out of the building, because those there look like they're about 1.5 meters thick blast doors. I certainly haven't got anything to get through those. And that tile over there looks like there's an exciting friend waiting to make our acquaintance should it detect any kind of trouble in the building.
Well, I mean, if those are connected electronically, then maybe Vern could take control of it, right?
Yes, Vern, actually, they are concealed, but you could attempt to find them by making a net diving check if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. And just to sort of add to the news updates that are being offered, there are what appeared at first look to be some regular security guards up front, but no, they're pretty heavily armed, including frag grenades and submachine guns.
Assault rifles.
Yeah, assault rifles. So just a heads up, if you're itching to get into a gunfight, the front door might be a great option.
All right, that's good to know.
So, Octavius, do you want to go ahead of us, or so that the manager doesn't necessarily get implemented with helping these people? It's going to be me, the janitor.
I think that is an option. I think that'll mostly depend on where you all are planning on going and whether or not you can get there.
Truth. Okay.
Up and away, right?
Yeah.
That's the
23rd
hope.
floor.
Yep.
23rd floor. Wyvern, did you want to make that net diving check?
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
is this specific to what those turrets that I'm trying to find, or could this be like any secret?
It's a
turrets,
general.
any
Yeah,
concealed-
you're basically doing a general sweep for concealed programming.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um,
Okay. 17 total.
17. Yes, you detect both the turrets and the security doors. So you now have the capability, if you want to attempt to hack those or hijack those or system reset those devices. And the specs are all of them are machine gun turrets.
I will relay all of the. I will have the specs sent directly to Corvo.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Leave him sleeping for now, but just keep make a note for yourself that they're there, and if we need them on the way out, we can wake them up for us, or put them back to sleep for them.
Copy that. Do we know where the elevators are, and if there are any specific limitations to the elevators in terms of what floors they access?
Yeah, the elevators are down either hallway. There's two sets of 6 elevators. You do see, Wyvern, that these elevators do have certain specific permissions. One is set. What seems to have access to every level is security and manager. And then there are a whole host of like sub accounts that go to different floors, depending on who you work for. So there's like a Helmont level, which only goes to the 23rd floor, and like prestige banking and so on and so forth.
Sure. Okay. Well, we have the access credentials that we need. So, and any of the elevators, it sounds like, will get you there. It depends on what credentials you have, what access level you are. So we're good there.
All
I'll
right.
meet you at the elevators.
Yeah, we should hustle then, huh?
Yep. And if you left click on any door, it should open. Just so you know, in VTT. So depending on where you're going to.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's all head up together.
So you all head into the elevators, and give me a second, and we will transition. So you're going to 23rd floor, correct?
Yeah, let's do it.
What elevator are we getting?
It's got the Girl from Ipanema music playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Go for me. Corvo's just kind of humming along absent-mindedly. Doesn't even really notice that he's doing it.
I would
As
probably
you guys
hack
are-
into it and turn on some Neon Cipher, probably Plasmic Abyss.
Just force the plasmic abyss. At this point, while they're going up the elevator, we're going to transition to submersion space. Do you want to head up the elevator, Wyvern?
Yeah, I mean, I want to stick with them. So physically, is that the way that I would do that? Or can I just sort of like, yeah, I have to physically move through the submersion
Correct.
space okay. Yep.
So the prescient mapping algorithm, or Omnian, is mapped to all of the physical architecture of the real. So you traverse it in much the same fashion.
Yep.
So you would move down into an elevator and then zip up. You don't hit controls or anything. You simply zap up to the 23rd floor.
Okay, so my Digidama and myself will join the group.
Why is this door not closing? Can someone hit the button? It seems to be taking a long time.
Oh,
So
it does
then-
that weird thing where it waits. Yeah, gotcha.
Let's move Wyvern and your Digidama up. Because it's instantaneous for you, Wyvern, to transport up, we will begin with you. So you go up in the elevator and may explore.
All right.
Ding, door opens.
Now, do I see, as I look out, do I see any nodes?
Not yet. Nope. You know what a node looks like. It's that big glowy
Glowing
green
Yep.
thing. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. But I do detect cameras and blast doors, and do I know what this is here?
Yeah, that is that seems to be like a security scanner. So it looks like it also has a key card access, but it's going to detect things like guns and like a metal detector sort of situation to send off an alert. And that you know to be turrets.
Okay.
Brown turrets.
Yep. All right. We got it's live up here, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, would you like to explore any further before we transition back to the reel?
I mean, I will just kind of look around this corner.
Okay,
Oh,
so as you
shit.
come around the corner, you see the node. Good news, you see the node.
Yeah.
Bad news, you see a beholder and binder on top of this node.
Holy
So a
shit.
binder is non-lethal, but a binder will try and quarantine you, and the beholder will try and build up alert. So if you do get quarantined, you're kind of stuck there, and then you start getting alert trace built up on you.
Okay.
So it's not a fun pair to deal with, but it's not an impossible pair to deal with either.
Yeah. Now, is this something that I'd want to deal with before my friends get here?
Well, remember, you can't manipulate anything on this level until you have access to a node through submersion space. So unless you're okay letting them first take a step and you figure out a different approach, you could deal with it now or you could wait. And don't forget, you also got your little Digidama.
Yeah, now if my Digidama gets up close and personal to that node, do I have access through the Digidama?
You will when you get the second ability of your class, but as of right now, you do not.
Okay. All right, well, let me think about what I'm going to do here, and let's transition back,
back
to
to
the
the reel?
team. Yeah, yep.
Yes. Ding.
Yeah. So anyway, it was just me with my pants down and Queenie staring at me, looking. Oh, the door's open. Right.
I'm really glad you didn't get to finish that story.
It's kind of dark and shadowy. Like the main lights are off on this floor. Yeah.
And
it's very quiet.
I will say, as we're walking, I think just to keep up the ruse out loud, Octavius is just like issuing the most wrong instructions that one could, like being that obnoxious manager trying to tell these people who actually theoretically know what they're doing what to do. And is just like I'm sure Wyvern is hearing this and it's just like, that's not how computers work. What are you talking about?
I like it. Perfect. Go ahead and make a guile check for me, Octavius.
I would love to. $25.
20, yeah. Okay, perfect. You're doing a very good job at giving the wrong instructions. All right. Where are you guys headed? So you see down this way, it seems like there is that sort of security check door, and then it seems like the lobby, kind of like the entrance lobby, is over this way. These seem to be also likely go on to like the ground floor, but just like a back entrances.
Can I relay the location of the, or like ping for these guys, the location of the turret?
Yep. And actually, you guys can see, in general, now that Corvo has an eye for it, Corvo, anywhere you see this kind of silvery paneling, you know that that is a security turret that can be deployed in security situations. You also notice, yes, blast doors at both ends of the elevators. So should security be alerted, you could be dealing with elevators becoming a no-go if the blast doors close.
I've got some serious ice down here in the reception area, just as a heads up, y'all.
Is there any way that we can take the heat off you for?
I need to get to that node. Yeah. Paul, does ice respond to people in the real, or just to things that are happening in submersion or overlay?
They're strictly a submersion construct.
Submersion.
So they only exist in submersion space. In fact, even a net diver who's operating in the overlay can't interact with ice, and ice don't interact with them. They're purely a submersion interference mechanism and safety. They're like turrets essentially in submersion space.
Now, even though I'm not connected to that node, can I do anything that would like drop a digital ping on the opposite end of this corridor that would maybe distract them for a moment?
Do you have decoy mirage?
Oh, I do, or the Digidama does actually.
Digidama. So decoy mirage actually creates a clone mirage of you, or in this case, the Digidama. So you could create a mirage that might get their attention, maybe run it down the other hallway, and that ice will go follow, trying to, because that's going to be a threat, right? Fire is raid electronics AI, so they would go chasing after it as long as you're undetected. And so you could create a false and then get over to the node. Now, if that mirage gets caught and they become aware that it's a mirage, a decoy program, they might come back towards the node. So you'd have access at least for a little bit.
Okay. And these two ice, one of them is a beholder and the other one's called a... What was the other one?
A binder.
Binder, okay. All right. Let's do if we can, use the mirage to get them out of the way, so I can... I'm kind of useless unless I can get to that node.
Mm-hmm. So, you go ahead and create a mirage of your Digidama. Where would you like to place it? I believe with mirage, you can place it up to, I think, 45 feet of your location.
I would say right here.
So you actually have a little, like, ruler tool that you can measure things out. It's just on the left-hand side, if that's helpful. But yes, I think that falls within range.
Right there. Yep.
Okay, so you go ahead and plop down the mirage. I will go ahead and have you make a reaction check now. So we're going to start turn order, and we're going to do it with your Digidama too. I'm just going to... where's your other... Oh yeah, your Digidama's still up here. So make a reaction check for yourself, and then we're going to make a reaction check for your Digidama and for your little clone.
So 14 for myself.
Perfect.
And
your Digidama is just going to be 3 plus 3, always. Yep.
3 plus 3, got it. So that's going to be 10 for the Digidama.
10. Okay, now I will do it for the beholder and the binder. Let's see what they're running around at. Okay, your Digidama is acting first, though, so the top of the turn order is going to actually begin with your Digidama. And so you can go to the little swords on the top right of the screen is combat encounter, and you can see the turn order.
Okay. Oh, boy. Okay.
So, but your Digidama is starting since it created the Mirage. So you can move that mirage now if you would like, up to 60 feet.
Yeah, I want to keep it sort of within range. I'm gonna go right there.
And just so you know, typical movement of any ice program is going to be 30 feet. So my recommendation would be to keep it somewhat out of range of the other ice.
Okay. So maybe just one more.
Okay.
I have a plan for these 2 ice. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Then the binder. Sorry, let me measure that real quick. Yeah, the binder is going to move to here, and then it is going to attempt to root quarantine the mirage. For that, you're just well, actually, it's fine. And it definitely fails. That was a terrible roll. That was a whopping 8, so it is not successful.
Okay.
So now it is your turn, Wyvern.
All right. Hear me out, GM. Here's what I would like to do. I don't know if this is possible, so I have no idea what I'm doing with this net diver, but I am enjoying it.
You do great.
I would like to use trap door to deploy the binder to the beholder, essentially setting them upon each other in a sense to take them out of play.
Give me 1 second. Let me read through trap door here. Trap door discreetly reroutes a log and hack program from target to another target. Oh, I see. So you want to trap door the mirage so that when it binds, it instead goes to the beholder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, I will allow it. So increase your trace by 3. Yep. Okay. So essentially, the next hacking or quarantine attempt onto your mirage will in fact go against the beholder because you've now trapdoored the mirage. That's clever. Look at you. Also, remember to increase your trace also by mirage will be. Decoy Mirage will be only by 2 because it's minus 25% and then minus another 25% because it's coming from your Digidama.
Okay. So I think I'm at 12 with Trace right now.
Perfect. Yes, so you trap door. And anything else that you are doing at this moment?
Once that happens, then he's going to, the whole idea is he needs to get to that node. So that's the plan. Is he's going to get to that node.
Why don't you go ahead and make a stealth check so as not to alert this duder over here. He's distracted at the moment, so you're probably fine. But
and stealth is I'm guessing it's a dexterity based roll.
It's a dexterity. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. That would be an 8.
It got a 10. Would you like to edge dice that?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I take it back. It's actually -3 because it's distracted. So it only got a 7, so you're fine.
Okay.
So where would you like to move?
Yeah, right up close and personal with this
Right up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you still have a sub action. Do you want to access the node?
Yes. 100%.
Okay. This node, Wyvern, is all of the elevators, the security, these security doors in front of you, like the weapon detectors, and then the back doors. However, it is none of the actual Helmont architecture to like the office rooms. So there must be another node somewhere in the actual office space that you would need to access. So that would likely be down this way.
Okay. And am I the only person that can access nodes or can see nodes, like detect them?
So nodes only exist in submersion space.
Yep. Okay.
And they're really just an abstract of like, this is where all of the connectivity is going up to. And therefore you get to that, you control everything within a certain region of the architecture.
Okay. Okay, but my companions wouldn't be able to like scout ahead for the next node kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you could send your Digidama, but your Digidama just couldn't manipulate the node. You, a net diver, needs to manipulate the
Got
node.
it. Okay, all right, sounds good.
Okay.
I'm connected, and the ice is distracted for the moment. Come on in.
And we'll go ahead and transition back to the lobby area. Okay, you guys get that message that he is in. The ice is distracted. What are you guys doing?
Well, where to from here, right? Like, this ain't those offices that we saw when we did the scouting. We must be somewhere else.
See those big blast doors right there? Those not blast doors, but
The security doors? Yeah.
Security doors.
I believe that is the main entrance into the Helmont proper offices.
All right.
I say we start opening doors.
Yep.
Right before we do that, could we maybe turn off the weapons detectors on the door frames?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and make a... actually, in order to do that, when we transition back to submersion space, first we have the Beholder. The Beholder is going to come over, not seeing you, and is going to try and build up trace value on the Mirage. It fails. And now we go to the Mirage. Are you moving the Mirage anymore, or are you just keeping it right there, Wyvern?
I think I'm just going to keep it over there and keep them busy. I guess I could move it a little bit. I guess I could move it a little farther away. Maybe I'll move it down this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you want to bring your Digidama proper to you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it comes waddling over to you. And now, first and foremost, the binder is going to move a little bit more and attempt to bind the Mirage, which is a success at 17, which actually goes to bind the Beholder, and the Beholder is now quarantined.
Nice. Sweet.
So this Beholder is now on lockdown.
I'm net diving. I'm doing it.
All right, Wyvern, it is now on to your turn. Would you like to hack and turn off the... Okay, go ahead and make a hacking check.
Okay. I do what Corvo tells me to do. That's going to be 18 total.
18. Yes. As we transition back to the real, the security on this door, like the lights turn off, and you hear the door unlock.
I guess that's our cue.
That'll do.
All right, go ahead and move on through.
Yeah, do you want to go first, boss? Looking at Octavius.
Octavius absolutely, walks up first. In fact, I would imagine makes a show of, waving the badge so it looks like he unlocked the door.
Unlocked it.
And it's still like, you all are here because I need you to turn those computers off and then turn them back on as he's walking through.
All right, go ahead and enter. So, Octavius, as you come through, you see a well, like the flooring is actual hardwood, which is like ridiculously expensive. Air is perfumed. It feels like you've just entered like elite society. And there's all of these office doors lined up. The lights are off. To your left, it looks like there's some common sitting area. You can see disheveled blueprint papers kind of scattered about, a bookshelf. Looks like kind of research done over in these areas. And yeah, most of the control panels look fairly routine. However, what looks to be like a corner office, and as we all know, corner offices is where the bosses sit. Do seem to have biometric locking systems.
Well, do we want to head straight towards the office that's got that big old safe?
believe that might be prudent. Although I'm guessing a lot of these offices hold all kinds of secrets that might be useful to us at some point. We are here to do a job, I understand, but there's so many delicious secrets.
Yeah, let's get the main secret out of the way first, and then we can pick up the others on the way out.
Always the reasonable one, which is a surprise to me, but always the reasonable one.
All right, so you guys,
nothing is not reasonable. Come on now.
Corvo, are you yourself going through, or you're kind of holding up, just kind of monitoring?
Yeah, no, I was heading through, but was just taking a quick second.
Oaken will ask you if you need any more help with the monitor.
No, that's fine. I've got this under control. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can go ahead and approach the biometrics.
I'm going to also move in. I'm going to disconnect, I guess, from that node.
While you guys are moving over, we'll go and transition back while these ice are distracted with your digidom over there. Go ahead and open up the door if you'd like.
Okay. And we'll come in here.
And as you step through, you see there's a beholder and a node down here.
God, things are everywhere. More ice.
And a node down here. And this is supposed to be with ice being totally devastated as a reminder by a cyber attack that happened first.
Yeah. So this is like the C or D level ice for this place.
So yeah, it's just another of those common beholders here. It doesn't seem to have seen you yet. What would you like to do, Wyvern?
I'm gonna casually sprint as fast as I can. Yeah, to get down to this thing. And
I'll move your digidama along with you. Yep. As you get down, you also see to the north there's another patrolling beholder up there.
Holy moly! This place is filthy with beholders.
Just lousy with them, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you access this node, Wyvern, and I'll actually add these to the queue. Let me just do a couple initiatives so we know when they move around. It's gonna be 11, and this guy is gonna be. He acting really fast. Holy smokes! He's gonna be 17. Okay. So Wyvern, you get to the node after sprinting down there. Yeah, you pick up a lot of different systems. This accesses 50% of the offices, basically the entire right side. If you split down the office building, so this node that you're at is going to be all right side offices. And then you're assuming this node at the far end is all left side offices.
Okay.
And so in general, you pick up all kinds of computer consoles in the offices. In this office, immediately to your right, you detect that very sophisticated looking safe. Down in this meeting room, you detect kind of a projection table. And then in this far room, kind of back near the entrance, you actually pick up a couple of locks for cases, some storage devices over here. Going north from your location, the northeast corner is another larger office. You pick up a couple different biometrics, a very large, highly secure storage container, and several smaller containers in that office.
Is that
as well as a number? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, thinking back to the blueprint that we had access to, is that sort of where that office space was that we were peeking in on?
The one that you were peeking in on, to your memory, would actually be the one directly to your right. That's the one that you hijacked the camera in, is the southeast office.
Okay.
Northeast, you did look into. That's where the bat first went to.
Mm-hmm.
You also, just very importantly, do detect several toilets and sinks up over here in this way.
Well, if anybody needs to use the restroom, I've got you covered.
Good to know.
Anything you would like to do before the beholders move?
Yeah. unlock this door right here in front of us.
Okay.
Look,
Now,
question for you.
Yes.
Wyvern, could you maybe? I know how to make it work out here, but if we need to start moving fast because there's still residual security laying around in the building, how many of these things can you just shut down effectively? I'd have gone with an EMP blast, but I don't think you'd enjoy that too much.
That might send me. I don't know how that would affect, but that might send me back to a place where I would not be useful.
But there
To
would be a
answer your-
massage chair.
I am. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst case scenario for me. Let's just put it that way.
Speed is very quickly becoming a factor here, Wyvern.
Yeah. To answer your question is that it really depends on the programming that I'm up against. And right now what I'm looking at is relatively manageable. Relatively.
Well,
I will
You know
I will
your
note-
computer's based.
Corvo. In general, he's going to be able to effectuate 1 to 2 things a turn. So in like a 6-second window.
Should I pop this door open? You guys want to go take a peek in this room?
Yeah.
All right, Wyvern, this is definitely the biometric lock to this corner office is definitely more secure. Just know that as you go into your hacking.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
You got it, Vern. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's good. 17.
17.
I think that's good.
It will take another turn to breach
Okay.
the lock. Unless you use an edge dice and get a 3+, you could pop it right now. Otherwise, it's going to take a round before it's going to open.
Okay. I think we might need these edge dice. So yeah,
Take your time.
I'll take my just 1 second here. Almost got it.
And I'll just move a couple beholders along their route. Their fun patrol route.
The girl with emphysema goes.
Okay, and then we will jump back to the real. Is there anything the 4 of you or any position the 4 of you would like to take up while you wait for the lock to pop?
So I guess just to confirm from what we've seen, would the manager have access to this office if these were his actual biometrics?
This would be actually, why don't you make a civics check for me, Octavius?
I would say I would love to, but I don't think that's going to be as fun a role as some of the others. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be as fun a role, but we're going to try.
Got this.
That is a 13.
13. You would know that likely the manager had access to get onto the Helmont floor, but that only Helmont personnel would have access to their offices.
Okay.
Oaken would want to stay outside of the room, just so I can be a little bit of a lookout, and then if needed, Zip can go around and see what's going on. If there's any soldiers or army or whatever on this level.
Oaken, can I have you go ahead and make a guile check?
Sure. $16.
16. So, Oaken, you do remember that down this hallway to the left, there was a janitorial room, a kind of supply closet. And so if you're going to be kind of meandering the hallways, you're like, maybe it would be good if I go grab myself a mop or something.
Perfect.
So, Oaken, as you go down that hallway, it's going to be, if you can see my little ping up
Yes.
ahead, It's going to be that doorway over there, and that should be actually that's supposed to be unlocked. That should be unlocked. So that's your little janitorial closet. So you can go ahead and zip on in there and start grabbing your supplies. Octavius, are you going anywhere else, or are you going to kind of hold back there or wait near the main office door?
Octavius will wait near the main office door, sticking
Okay.
with Gideon and Corvo, and just continuing to issue them instructions and,
Perfect.
tell them what they should be doing and waste all of your time.
That sounds great. We will go back to Actually, before we go back to submersion space, Wyvern, you complete the unlock. Click. And the door accepts. You guys see the control panel just right next to you. It scans nothing, and it says access allowed, and the door opens up.
Does it display the name of the employee who would have access to this room?
It does. Are you going to really put me on the spot? Okay. Yes, it does display the name of the individual. Would you like to memorize that name?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't have to come up with it now. I just in case someone asks, I can be like, well, we were told to go in there by...
Yes, this is the offices of Charles Creedy.
Charles Creedy. Thank you.
Corvo, as you enter, you see there is this right over here is a paneling on the floor, and there's this whole overlay projection of architecture, design being displayed, kind of just floating up there. It's an awful waste of energy, but it doesn't seem to ever turn off. And you see, of course, the very advanced looking safe over here, and then there's just various control panels that have different schematics pulled up and stuff like that. A table over here with blueprints, a lot of books. In fact, this is actually probably the most books that you guys have ever actually seen, as most reading is done via the overlay these days. So it's books feel extra fancy, even more fancy than they do today. So
wow, yeah, it's real analog stuff going on here. Vern, do you have access to the camera in this room?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good. Do you reckon you could loop an empty room for us?
Of course. This is what I do.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate that kindly.
For now, Wyvern, I won't have you make any more rolls. You've pretty much mastered the camera system in this facility, so just make sure you add a trace and add an additional trace for cracking the door as well.
Okay.
And what's your trace value at?
14.
Okay, thank you. So Corvo and Gideon and Octavius, what are you guys doing? Headed over for the safe?
Corvo's going to wander over to the safe. He's going to lean the monitor box up against the end of the desk there, just so that it's ready to rip open and go if he needs to, and then kind of look at the front of the safe and see if anything suggests itself.
Yeah, so when you look at the safe, and if you zoom in a little bit on your character, you'll see that there are 3 overlay displays up above the safe that seem persistent. One appears to be another biometric scanner, which you assume it's probably a safe bet it is mapped to this Charles Creedy character. And then 2 different, on either side, 2 different 7-digit passcode boxes. So it looks like in order to successfully open up, the legal way to open up this safe would be to biometric scan your hand and then also enter in 2 separate passwords.
Can I check this console?
Yep.
I'm not a hacker at all, but I'm I don't know, maybe he's got a folder on the desktop that's safe passwords.
Go ahead and make a net diving check.
Sweet.
I mean, there's worse things to check. The biggest problem in any security setup is always people.
Yep. That's only a 6.
Nice. You're you're still trying to
It's
figure
like-
out how to even open up the pause screen.
Yeah, like, it's probably on here. The problem is I don't sprechen the Deutsch, if you know what I mean.
The files are in the computer?
Oh, in the computer? Oh.
It saddens me that I do understand what you mean. And I think about how you shot me and got the drop on me. And I think
Hey man,
about
I don't
these
need to
things.
speak. I don't need to speak German to be quiet. In fact, if I wanted to not be quiet, I'd probably say something in German.
And I think about these things.
Really? As he's like, getting his temper, it's like, man, I often think about like lying in the sun, the nice cool drink, back on the ranch. Anyway, I don't think I'm getting into this thing.
Gentlemen, we all have our specialties. Let me take a look at this.
All right, we switch back to submersion space. You are also aware that the beholders coming down the hallways are getting fairly close.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna, well, the Digidama is gonna sort of like run interference. So I'm gonna have them sort of move out this way. And the Digidama is gonna go ahead and use, is it the Digidama's turn on my turn, or no, that's actually later in the turn order. Okay.
Yep, it's a little bit later in the turn order, so this is your turn at the moment. So actually,
Yeah,
move
you know
your
what?
Digidama back.
I'm gonna deal with these things here before it gets a little too crowded. So I'm gonna try to slate. I'll try to slate the one to the north.
You'll need to move 10 feet closer. Your slate's 30 feet. Okay, perfect. And go ahead and make a slate.
Okay. 16.
That is successful. Second slate.
As my sub action.
Yep.
Right.
So now your action.
15.
50, yeah, he rolled like trash. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's successful. And now we'll teach the rule. So if you only make a half movement on your turn, and this goes for everybody, a half movement is 15 feet, you gain an additional sub action. So by moving less, you gain a little bit more action economy. So because, Wyvern, you've only moved 10 feet on your turn, you could make a third sub-action attack against this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm doing it in a style that I've seen Gideon use when he's firing his psionic bullets. I'm like doing that kind of thing.
I love
Just
it.
kind of practicing, dance like nobody's watching kind of deal. Ooh, okay. 12, 16, 19 on the third one.
Very good.
Yeah.
This thing is glitching out. It is almost down.
Okay.
And you continue. You are aware of your mirage that you've projected continues to befuddle with the one beholder now several times quarantined by the binder, and the binder only knowing how to bind. The mirage is just kind of sitting there constantly binding. I will remind you, though, just so you know, Wyvern, is that you are now using 2 of your core processors. You're using one to keep up the mirage, and one that's keeping up your back door.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
So you have 3 core processors, which means you can support one other ongoing program before you're going to have to start dropping programs.
Got you. Okay. That makes
This
sense.
beholder is all glitchy, but he's moving in and he is going to attempt to build up trace on you with an alert program. Ooh, and he rolled good. Uh-oh.
Oh.
He got a 20.
Oh.
You're gonna
Okay.
make a cyber defense roll against this.
Cyber defense, you say? Okay.
Yes, yep, so that's under your intelligence.
Yep. I got a +3 to this, so let's hope for the best here. That's going to be an 11, 16, 17, 20.
20. and it always goes to the Eidolon, so you beat it right on the nose.
Now, if I
So
had lost, how much trace would I have had to take from that?
It would have only given +3.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm
But
at
every
17
trace
right
matters.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that means yet. I guess we'll find out when it hits some sort of threshold, but that's where we're at. Okay.
Yeah. And your Digidama's up.
Oh yeah. All right. They're gonna slate. I guess slate the one that's already glitching out first.
Yeah.
Right.
See if you can take it out.
Yep. Ooh, that's a 15.
That succeeds. He only got a 12.
Okay.
This one explodes.
All right. And then is this other one within range of my Digidama?
Well, your
Except for
Digidama
that,
can
probably
move
not.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Your Digidama is very quick, so your Digidama would only need to move about 40 feet to be within range.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or maybe one more, yeah, but it's fine. He has plenty of movement. And then another slate.
Yep. That's gonna be 13.
Okay. Ooh, that one does not succeed. It successfully defends against it.
All right. Digi.
Which
you
then
feeling
goes
okay?
to this beholder. It's going to move in, and it's going to try and build up trace on your Digidama. So your Digidama is going to need to use Cyber Defense itself, which is just the 3D plus 3.
Okay. That is a 15.
15. It only got an 11, so it successfully prevented the trace as well. And with that, Wyvern, we will come back. Well, the rest of you out in the office spaces, are you waiting for Wyvern to start doing hacking, or do you want to do some other things in the room while you wait for Wyvern to deal with his ice problem?
I was going to ask Wyvern if he could find out who has the other 2 passkeys, because we might be able to get into their offices and get the passkeys from there. Because if it's analog, right, maybe they've written them down somewhere. So we can come back with the passkeys, and then we just have to hack the bio lock. But we can ask that later.
Okay. Well, then why don't we keep going, Wyvern, as you deal with these ice issues, or you can let your Digidama try and deal with this ice over here and start utilizing the node.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Digi do what Digi does, and I will get to work in the office with my pals.
Yeah, so are you trying to figure out to what Gideon had asked of trying to discover the origins or the passcodes, trying to figure that out? Are you going to try and hack the safe directly, or what is your plan?
Well, you guys, is it a physical like keypad to enter the codes? I wonder if there's any.
Actually, before we do that, I'm just aware that we're probably due for a 5-minute break. So why don't we actually take a 5-minute break before, and then we'll resume trying to hack through this.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back. I mean, I should say we're back, not welcome back. I guess we'll welcome ourselves back. Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. And we are back at it. We have Vern really showing his value this mission and hacking through the doors and turning off the cameras. And Gideon, what were you asking Vern to do next?
Well, I don't know, Vern. If we can find who's got these passkeys, then you only need to hack one thing, and we can put in the passkeys. You know what I mean?
Sure. So are you thinking hack the console there, the office console, see if I can search for any sort of passkey information or names of those
Yeah,
who
if
might
there's
have it?
Yeah, maybe there's some kind of conversation trail or something we can follow.
Sure. And then once we have that information, do we go how do we get access to the passkeys themselves?
Yeah, you're right. Then we have to go and find those officers and get them.
And as Corvo said earlier, and whenever Corvo speaks, I listen. Is that time is of the essence, and he's ready to go bang bang with some of the weaponry that he brought. What would it take to just hack the system here? I'm gonna take a look at it. Like, how different does this look? Like a losing cause? Like you don't even try kind of thing, or like you could do this?
It is very impressive. It's very, very impressive. It would be a substantial roll. Now you think maybe if you put the full gusto into it, you could maybe hack this thing. And that is my keyword, that if maybe you capstoned and got lucky on your capstone, you could crack this.
So capstone, I mean, obviously I know exactly what that means, but remind the folks that might be watching what that is.
So in House of Eidolons, we have edge dice, which I think there's a pool of 3 sitting out there still. So each of the Eidolons has edge dice, and that adds a D4 to any roll. So we don't really hide rolls and roll contests. So if you're only a couple of dice off, you can add a D4 by using an edge dice and try and edge your way to a success. The capstone, every character only has one of, and that's a D20, and they can add that just like they would an edge dice. So if they get a decent roll or they really need something to just work, you have a good chance of making that D20 work.
Now, do you declare that you're going to capstone at the time of rolling, or can you do that after the fact?
Just like edge dice, you would roll. And then if you still need more to succeed, you'd be like, okay, I'm throwing my capstone at this.
And I could also, I could boost amplify myself as well.
Yes. So you could boost amplify yourself and then capstone. Yes, that could definitely happen.
All right, look, worst case scenario, this doesn't work. All of the alarm systems are sounded and we go loud. And I'm going to look over at Corvo as I say loud and just get a feel for what his demeanor, how it shifts at all, if at all.
I think you almost, like, because Corvo's just listening to you. Obviously, he's in meat space and you're in the subspace. But you'd probably see like one corner of his mouth smirk up a little.
That's what I thought. I mean, let's go for it, right? I mean, that's what we're here for. Is everybody okay
boost
with
amplifying?
Yeah, I'm gonna boost amplify.
All right, so that's in submersion space. That's 6 more.
6 more trace. Yep.
And we'll pause there real quickly. As you're kind of clicking at the keyboard, Gideon, on this desk, you see a little notification pop up on the screen saying, "PD is on its way."
Okay. I don't know what you're doing, Vern, but it looks like boys in blue are on their way.
Vern, what's your next move?
I'm boosting. I'm feeling boosted. I'm gonna go ahead and let her rip on cracking this safe.
That is.
I mean, we're putting all of our apples in this basket. I sure as shit hope there's something in this goddamn safe, or this is gonna be rough. All right, here we go. I'm rolling 5 dice. Oh, okay, that's not the worst. Let's go. Okay, so that's 21, and so I'll just use my capstone. Let's just.
21 is not enough, so why don't we capstone?
Yeah, I'm gonna capstone. Okay, so that is 6 more, so that's 27.
27. You, Corvo, before your eyes, you see the biometric again scans, and it's like the name pops up. Charles Creedy. You see one of the digits get entered in, like start out digits get entered into 1, and it gives like the thumbs up. It turns green. On the second one, like starts to tap in. It jitters a little bit, and then finally it clicks in, and
Jesus.
you hear the safe door depressurize, and all these like different bolts pull off to the sides, and it swings open, and there is a single manila envelope inside.
While this is going on, can I go over to the window, and like if there are blinds or something, kind of like peek out the blinds to see if I see like the flashing red and blues or anything?
Yeah, there's no blinds. It's a spectacular view, and you can see probably about a good 6 blocks down. You do see siren cars moving towards the building.
Okay.
And as you're standing there, a couple things happen. First, we're going to transition to submersion space.
Oh no.
As you unlock this, Wyvern, submersion space starts glitching out.
Uh-oh, it looks like a disco.
All of these like streams of code, like the prescient mapping algorithm, starts to flicker and error out. And this is very, very strange. You've never seen this happen before. This is either some massive sort of program going on, or like the architecture itself is having big issues.
There's something happening here. We need to consider leaving as soon as we can. What's in the safe?
Yeah, it might be time to unpack that monitor, Corvo.
Yeah, Corvo just reaches into the safe, grabs the manila envelope, and like flicks it over to Oaken. Look, you took this away because things are about to get messy. And then he goes and tears like the monitor box, just rips the cardboard off from the shield inside it, flicks Gideon's gun over to him, pulls the grenades off, slides them onto the back of his belt, and then racks in a shell in his shotgun, and then puts his arm through the straps on the back of the shield. If it's going to be load, let's go and get load. Waterlock was on 21, right?
Yeah, Warsaw's down on 21. Although if the alarm's been tripped, then they're most likely headed their way up here. Now, last time I checked, Oakham was down at the janitor's closet, right? So, Miss May, at your end of the hallway, can you see anything?
I am not seeing anything. I have been walking the halls back and forth with my mop, and I have not seen anybody. I actually shut the door, so in case somebody was to come, they would have to open the door.
Oaken, would you go ahead and make an awareness check for me?
Sure. Okay. $21.
Oaken, you hear a very faint ding, 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 out in the elevator room.
Wait, how many dings? How many dings was that? How many dings, Oaken?
3 dings, guys. We
Ding.
need to 4 dings. We need to get going. So open and make sure that's the blueprints, please.
As Oaken's saying that, as Corvo, you start to look down, Gideon, you catch a flicker off to your right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
And shimmering like active camouflage, like a chameleon skin shedding off, a net diver is standing before you all.
Oh, look out.
And he has this mechanical arm. He looks very veteran, and he just looks at you, and he says, I know why you're here. You can't go through with the mission.
So the first thing that Corvo is going to look at as he like swings his shield and like Corvo's tactical shield for reference is very similar to the kind of breaching shields that SWAT uses. So there's like the top bit with a screen, and then there's cutouts at the side to maintain the profile. And he just like swings and rests his shotgun into one of these cutouts.
Yeah, Gideon's like, what the?
Looking at this guy, checking to see if he appears to be armed.
He has a holster at his side, though the gun is not drawn. And he looks more like what you imagine Wyvern looks like. He looks very he's kind of frail. Has like all of like the cybernetic motif of a net diver. And he's like, "Listen, it is imperative that you do not complete the mission objective."
I mean, that's a bold statement considering you appeared out of nowhere. So you better say something real fast to convince me otherwise.
I am the one who hired you. I am Net Zero. You cannot go. And his arm starts twitching. And it rapidly.
It's Gideon.
Yeah,
I think that's about our cue because he's standing 40 feet away, and I'm fairly sure that I've got him covered. Goes that way. Let's go.
Let's go. Gideon's gonna like get over the desk towards Octavius, like, let's go, Slick.
Oaken's gonna yell at Gideon, grab my axe!
Oh, that's what this was. Okay, I got it.
And as you guys are running for the door, he draws his pistol, but instead of aiming at you guys, he raises it to his head and shoots.
Well, that made it nice and easy.
Wait, whoa.
The window shatters out. The window shatters out.
I heard someone say they were Net Zero. That is not possible. I didn't even get an autograph.
Okay, we don't have time to unpack any of this. We need to be running.
Yes!
Yep, looks like we got company.
As you guys move out into the hallway, the door opens.
I'll throw Oaken her axe.
And we are gonna start combat.
Oh my god.
Give me 1 second. Just moving the assets into place.
Oh boy.
And so 3 come through here. Oaken, with your sound detection, you also hear down the hallway to your north. You hear a distant door open as well.
Oh my god.
Guys, they're gonna surround us. We need to get going. I don't know how we're gonna get around the 3 that are there.
We ain't getting around
loudness.
All right, and so then I'll have each of you make a reaction check as you come out into the hallway.
Sweet. Cool.
So you just go ahead and roll your reaction. Remember to add so it's the dexterity, then plus. Ooh, that sounds promising.
So I got a 14.
14.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Corvo, you are 14.
Armin, thank you for the resubscription. Appreciate it, buddy.
Oh yeah, nice.
Octavius got a 16 by some miracle.
Ooh.
Hey, nice, Octavius.
Nice.
Hey, is this guy? Where's this guy? Oh, Octavius going fast. Gideon, what did you get?
Gideon got a 5.
A 5.
Oh.
Gideon. Woo! And Oaken?
You're muted.
That's my thing. 16!
16. Nice.
In a bit.
We got some fast ones.
That's okay, Tara. It gives us an opportunity to use our "you are muted" emote, so it's great.
Yeah. rest of these guys are acting on 12. Okay, so with turn order, why don't we go ahead and start with Octavius? What are you doing?
Octavius's goal in this instance, because he is not a fighter compared to the others, is to be as much of a distraction as possible. So he starts sobbing and screaming and trying to crawl his way towards the elevators as he's desperately trying to get away from this firefight and begging for help.
So he's crawling against the wall. So go ahead and you're going down on the ground. So go ahead and move up to 15 feet. When you go prone, you can move up to 15 feet.
Incredible.
Something like there. Lying down, trying to be not Wyvern, I put you on the board as well if you want to just for a turn order. So why don't you go ahead and make a reaction check as well, Wyvern?
Okay, sure. 7.
Perfect. So that's your turn, right, Octavius?
Yep, just trying to get them to focus on potentially protecting me. I don't know if the manager is enough of an asset, and trying to escape from what is happening.
Octavius is crawling, and then all of you hear the sound of like a chainsaw starting from behind this wall, and walking in is this large security officer, except he is holding a battle axe that has it's a chain blade battle axe, and then in his other hand is a hard point mounted shotgun. And this is without a doubt Warsaw. And he positions himself behind the security team, moving in on you guys, and then kind of barks a command and is like, "Stop the intruders." And Oaken, you're up.
Oaken silently says to Corvo, "Now's your chance. That's the dude we want." And then she's going to move.
Are you charging in?
I'm charging around. That's what I'm
Around,
trying to do.
So you're gonna make a running movement, trying to move around them?
Yes.
Okay. So for running, go ahead and make a running check. You can move your normal 30 feet, and then if you're running an additional, I think it's one more there. And then make a running check, and you just divide it by 5. Or well, that's the number of extra feet rounded to the nearest 5.
20.
20,
So 4.
okay, you can move 4 more spaces, so you can move 2 there if you would like.
Great, I'm right by them. Sure.
Perfect.
Axe in hand.
Yes, you are. Corvo, you are up.
So, Corvo sees this all going down, and movement's 30 feet, right?
Movement's 30 feet, yep. And you have Thunder Thigh, so I don't think you get extra movement from there. That's mainly for jumping and falling.
Yeah,
And
and a couple other bits. So he moves up 30 feet and then grabs the frag grenade off his belt and just wants to throw it like here. Wait, why isn't that going? That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right here.
That is it. That is a 65-foot throw. So that's going to be one hell of a throw. I think
Okay, I got all
ranges.
these dice.
What are the ranges? Yeah, you do have definitely dice. I will pull it up, but I believe, yeah, you'll need to beat a 25 threshold, I believe, to toss it that far.
Now, Okay.
If you succeed, it could do some, and it can also, if you don't meet that threshold, the difference between what you roll and the threshold you're trying to achieve is potentially the distance it veers off course. So it could go rolling random directions, including back towards you.
Well, let's find out.
All
This
right,
is why
let's
we
do it.
play the game. That is not great. But you know what? That's why we have a capstone dice.
Yeah, what'd you roll?
So on my original strength roll, I got 7 total.
Oh no,
Yeah, that's not great.
that is not great. I
Not great at
apologize.
all. Thankfully, the capstone redeemed me a little bit. So in fact, my total is now 25.
Hey, wow. Yes, you successfully on the nose. You throw the grenade. So this is a frag grenade, right?
Yep.
All right. So because it lands behind the shield guy, he can't use the shield for cover. And now they're all going to have to make a check to dodge out of the way of the grenade. And you were throwing it for right in the center of them, right?
Right. Hey, look, if they're all going to stand there with a nice gap in the middle,
Yep.
like, who am I to not take the opportunity?
It'd be rude not to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, let me try that. My monitor also froze up, so my USB.
There he is.
Am I back? Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna say there's no GM, so that means we win, right?
Right.
I was
right.
going to say none of them made their dodge save, and all of them took
Definitely.
maximum damage. Clearly.
I don't know, but this is gonna do pretty nicely. Okay. The shield guy takes huge amounts. He's down, actually. You literally, his head splatters and his body goes flying against the wall.
What's really nice is that his shield caught all of the mess, so none of it goes on the floor.
This guy goes flying over this way. Oaken, can I also have you make a dodge check? Because unfortunately, you are within the blast radius of the yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like Fireball.
Yeah, great. Okay. 13.
13. Okay. Well, on the plus side, that's not a critical hit. It's 1 point different. So you're not.
Would an edge dice help? Because we do have those.
She's not critically hit, so
Okay.
it's just normal damage.
Okay.
So remind me, Corvo, a frag grenade is 5 damage with shred 2?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So Corvo, I need you to roll. Now you're going to roll to see where you hit these soldiers. So go ahead and roll a d6 for this guy over here.
It's a 3.
3, that's lower torso. So his armor is blasted off, and he is now bleeding from a gut wound from shrapnel that has hit his gut. And then,
isn't it?
yeah, and then the guy you blasted through the door, go ahead and roll a d6 for him.
That is a 4.
4 is upper torso. That's also a great spot. So he is having same issues, but closer to the heart. And then go ahead and roll it for Warsaw.
Come on, Philly. Keep the ball like I
Kept
told
all
you.
you.
That is also a 4. I'll take that.
Or that's great. For Warsaw, that strips his armor. He is bleeding from the upper torso. But he and they're all knocked prone from the blast. Kind of, they're all got thrown and are now prone on the ground. And then one last dice for Oaken.
That's a 5.
5. So Oaken, your left arm. How much armor do you have on your left arm, Oaken?
I have left arm. I have 5 armor on my left arm.
5. Nice. So it's shred 2. So you're actually only going to take 2 points of damage on your left arm, and all your armor is gone.
Okay.
Yep. So you're at 8 HP, which is not a wound check, so you're still fully functional.
Okay.
See, I knew you were going to be fine.
That was quite the opener, Corvo.
Yeah.
Anything else you're doing?
You know what? That's a lot of distance for my shotgun to try and cover. So I think I can't really charge.
Yep, you threw the grenade, so you can't do running anymore at this point. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's me. I'm about as sit as I can be.
Hell of a turn.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. quite the loud opener. Gideon, you can see if you look way up north, you can see some Apex security coming around for a flank. And then
Well, look at that.
this guy who got knocked prone, he stands up and he shuffles back to take cover now that his shield friend is very dead. To try and start taking cover behind this desk over here. And that's him. That's him. Wyvern, you're up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
You're on the
any of
node.
do any of these guys have, as the ones in the lobby had, frag grenades on them?
Yes. In fact, all of them have
I would
frag
like
grenades.
to simultaneously have them all detonate. Is that even possible?
So you can use hack hijack, and hack hijack from a node can affect 2 people. So you could detonate the frag grenade that is on Warsaw and the frag grenade that's on this guy over
Yeah,
here.
I like that idea. That's very strategic.
Go ahead and make a hijacking roll.
Well,
See if
let me
you can
ask
beat
this.
Yeah.
Is Oaken in the blast radius of Warsaw's grenade?
No, I think frags are 15 feet.
Okay. All right. I don't want
So they
this
should
to
be
result
okay.
in the death of
Yeah.
one of my companions. All right.
There's also the fellas coming from up north as well. You could pop one of those guys.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pop one up north and Warsaw. That's the
Okay.
plan.
So go ahead and make a hijack check.
Okay. So hijack is gonna cost me 1 trace, right?
No,
25%?
so this is not a hack. Or yeah, what is hijack normally? It's trace.
Normally it's 4, so it'll be
4, so it'll be 25 reduced. So it'll be 3 trace.
Oh, because it's doing it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Am I rolling once for each of the grenades? Is that what's happening right now?
Nope, you're just making a single roll, and it can target 2 different grenades.
Okay, gotcha.
And grenades baseline CSV is 15.
Okay. Oh yeah. 16.
16. Oops. Yes, you are successful. So both go off, which is unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
I think like as this happens, you guys just hear from like Gideon's part of the network. You just start hearing like a techno remix of "Bang Bang" by Nancy Sinatra.
and you also hear Wyvern go, I went loud, Corvo, I went loud.
You did. Calm down. There's more to get
It
done.
felt really good.
I know.
The shield guy who you detonated the grenade on, very good job on taking out the critically failed. So you cut him in 2 basically, the grenade going off. And you blast back the other 2. Actually, I think the other guy over here is within range of it.
Collateral damage.
Yeah, there's some collateral damage going on here.
That's the thing.
My baby shut me down.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Sure. 5.
A 5. You can move it by 1, so you could move it to. So 5 is the left arm. You could move it to upper torso. So
Yeah.
whenever you beat their roll by 5 or more, you can move it 1.
Let's move it 1.
So he gets hit in the upper torso up there. And then the guy down below, who already took and just got up from his other blast, is now blasted again. Go ahead and roll dice.
1.
A 1, and this time he's taking a wound in his leg and is knocked back prone again. That poor guy is getting tossed all over the place.
Stay down. Just stay down.
Yeah, anything else you do in Wyvern?
I mean, can I do more stuff? I feel like that's a lot of stuff. I do have my Digidama.
You do. That would be for submersion. For right now,
Yeah.
we'll assume the Digidama is taking care of
Yep.
is taking care of business. So
Mhm.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's move on to Gideon.
Yeah, seeing the guys in the north get exploded, Gideon's like, well, that's my cue, and it's gonna turn and head along the hallway towards where Warsaw and those guys came out.
Okay. So he can move 30 feet. Yeah.
30 feet, yep. And how far away is Warsaw? 80 feet, you say? Okay. Gideon's gonna take a shot at Warsaw.
Does Gideon perchance want to imbue his pistols? With
Oh,
his
he
ionic
absolutely
powers?
will.
Okay, so use a sub action to imbue.
Mm-hmm. So he'll basically step out from essentially around the corner and because one is a revolver and the other one is like just like a Glock. So he's gonna roll the revolver along one arm and he's gonna blow purple smoke into the chamber. And then with the Glock, very John Wick, he's just gonna rack it against his shoulder and just be like, "Here it comes, boys! Blam blam!"
All right, go ahead and which gun are you shooting with first?
I'll shoot with the revolver first.
Okay, go ahead and make a shot.
Okie dokie. Now that is with my firearm skill, yes?
That is with firearm, yes. Which you're quite proficient in, if I remember.
Yes. That is a 19 for the revolver.
That hits. Where do you hit him? Roll a d6 to see where.
Oh yeah. Blam! It's a 1.
A 1. That will be in. Oh, did we roll for Warsaw's second grenade?
No.
No, we did not.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I rolled to see where it hit Warsaw. So Warsaw's upper and lower torso are now stripped of armor. You just shot him in the left leg. So as he's lying on the ground, your revolver hits him in the left leg. The revolver is 3 damage, right?
The
2 with
revolver
imbue.
is 3 damage plus only 1 with imbue.
Okay.
Yep.
And then pierce 1, right?
Revolver is pierce 2.
Pierce 2, nice. Okay, you pump around into his leg. It doesn't strip the armor off of his leg, but it definitely punctures through. And now with your Glock.
Mm-hmm. And this one is going to be a 15.
Oh, you're rolling hot. He only got a 14, so you hit him. Where at?
Ha-ha! Blam blam! That is another 1. So in the left leg
in
again.
the same leg for another 3 damage, which does take out. So now you basically stripped his chest armor, his lower like all of his torso armor, and his left leg. His left leg is now wounded, so he's bleeding fairly profusely out of his left leg.
Yeah, sweet. Nice. Yeah, Gideon's just like, stay down. And then he's going to be like, Vern, you okay in there?
Octavia says, you're putting on this show crawling. you just hear this explosion and just all carnage breaks out. And you're kind of like a little bit in horror because there's really nobody to look with pity on you now to... Yes, what are you doing, Octavius?
I think with that, with how efficient the team has been so far, I think Octavius is essentially going to see how much of a direct path he can make towards the elevators.
Okay. You go ahead and stand up, and then if you want to make a running movement, you'll get 15 feet plus a number of feet equal to your running.
All right. Oh, that's not going to go well. We'll try that, but that's not going to go well. That is that is a 7.
A 7. Okay, so you get 10 more feet. So you can move 25 feet if you'd like.
Perfect. That is what Octavius is going to do for the time being.
Perfect. So go ahead and move yourself 25. Warsaw gets up, looking rather pissed, and he is going
What
to...
did I just say?
He is going to... let's see here. He's going to move... up and take a step through, and then he's gonna level his shotgun at Oaken and take a shot at you.
Very quickly. I do apologize. Yeah. He's not going to do that at all because I'm going to open up with cover fire, which is a reaction that I can make.
Okay.
And it means that I can make an out of turn attack, and any target attacked in this way must make a willpower versus intimidation check, or have a -3 to any skill checks, and may only make a half movement.
Go ahead and make that. You make a reaction check, right? Or a shooting check.
Shooting check, I think.
Okay.
Paladin. Hello.
So is that or is it an intimidation check?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, intimidation. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. What'd you get?
13.
And he got an 11. So he is -3 to hit.
Oh no, he's -3 to everything the way that it's written.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's kind of pinned down as you're shooting off your shotgun. And he pushed through. He will continue to try and shoot at Oaken through the fray, but he's at a penalty. Oaken, you go ahead and you'll need to make a dodge check. And Oaken, are you muted?
12.
12. Would you like to edge dice that? You need to beat you need to get a 14.
I'll use my 1 edge dice.
Cool.
I have 15 total.
Perfect. So you dodge just barely, get out of the way of the shotgun as the wall behind you kind of explodes with a fray of bullets. And we now go to you, Oaken.
All right. So does that incorporate my movement because I dodged, or can I?
No. Okay. Dodge just means like within the relative space you're in, you were able to get out of the way of the attack.
Okay. I'm gonna go after Warsaw with my battle axe.
With your battle axe, getting in for melee.
Yeah,
all right.
Oh, you done pissed her off now, Warsaw.
All right, swing away. That's going to be a melee combat check.
Okay. $13.
13. You need to beat a 15.
We have edge dice. We have a pool of edge dice.
You want to edge dice? Well, and Oaken should have several edge dice because you have edge dice equal to your cognition value, Oaken.
Yes, I have 6. So
6. So and
I'll
you
just
used one.
Yep.
Use one more.
So I have 5. Yep.
Or you could use the pool too. Yeah, we have a pool of edge dice as well.
So 17.
17. All right, you hit him. Roll to see where. Roll a d6.
3.
A 3. Ooh, that's the lower torso. Ooh.
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah.
I should ask. Are you swinging with both hands or just one? If you swing with both, it's 1 extra damage.
I have to swing with both because my left arm is somewhat damaged, so I have to have the better swing
Nice.
with both.
The better heft. All right. So what is the damage of your axe? I think it's is it 4 or 5?
It is damage 4 and shred 3.
And shred 3. All right. You bring down the axe. Now the armor's already gone from him, and you have now mortally wounded Warsaw in the stomach. You have gashed open his stomach, and he's like gripping it with his hand. Drops his chain axe to the ground, grabbing his stomach. Do you have anything you can do with a sub action, Oaken?
I am going to not do a sub action, but during this, I will say, Corvo, I've got a new toy for you.
Excellent. I look forward to swinging it around.
And speaking of which, Corvo, you are now up.
Fabulous. So that's where I am. Warsaw's over there, and if I have a quick look with the ruler, it's 85 feet. Well, that's okay. Yeah, so I can charge in and make it to 60 feet, right?
So charging is 30 feet, and then you make a running check, which is under strength, and you basically it's for every point that you roll on the running check. That's additional feet that you can run rounded to the highest 5. So if you roll like a 19 on your running check, you would move an additional 4 squares.
Well, I guess we're gonna give that a shot then.
Yeah, go get him, big man.
Okay. So 30 feet. Plus so I rolled 16 there.
16, so it rounds up to 20 then. As long as it rounds to the highest 5 interval of 5. So yeah, you can move up to 50 feet.
Which would put me there. That means I can't move any further. But...
Yep, you can partially see Warsaw. He would get cover or could potentially use Oaken as cover, although he is wounded, which means he's taking penalties too. And with the previous cover fire, he is taking some decent penalties. Otherwise, you could go for the other guy that's been blasted around a couple of times.
Yeah, I feel like I'll probably take a pot shot at him. Why not?
Okay. The guy who is over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Which means I roll a shooting check.
Yes, firearms.
Firearms. Which is a 13 total.
13, that actually hits. This guy's wounded, so he's taking penalties to his checks as well. Roll to see it where you hit him.
Let's find out together, you and I. That's a 5.
5, that gets his left arm, and that sends his gun clattering across the floor as you hit his arm, tearing through most of his armor. Anything else, Corvo?
No, that's, I mean, the one sort of rhythmic thing that comes with Corvo's methodology is just that, like hearing him catch the end of his slide on his shield after he fires, and you just hear that click as the whole thing comes up, and then he just crouches back behind his shield, just waiting for the next opportunity to present itself.
Very good. This guy crawls over to the desk over here, and he pulls a little pistol out of his pocket, and he's gonna take a shot at you, Corvo. This will be so you have your shield, so you would make a cover check, and it will be an additional +2 to your cover check, and that's under dexterity. Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's not too bad. That's an 11.
11. Yeah, you deflect the pistol shot. That just takes 2 damage off of your shield's overall health pool, and yeah, but otherwise absorb it with your shield.
Good eye.
Oaken, as you're attacking Warsaw, this guy back here pockets or puts down or kind of straps, swings his assault rifle to his back, and he draws out a knife from his, like a combat knife, and comes moving in on you, Oaken, and he is going to take a couple swings at you with this knife, coming to aid his boss. So, Oaken, you can either dodge or you can melee parry.
I'm gonna melee parry. 15.
15, you successfully parried the first knife attack, and he's coming with a second on you.
Okay. $14.
He got a 15. Would you like to edge?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll an edge, which is an auto success. So you parry both attacks aside with your battle axe.
Okay.
And Wyvern, you're up.
Okay. Now from this node that I'm on, can I affect any other parts of the building itself, or am I pretty much restricted to affecting the area that we're in? Because right now I'm kind of thinking, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, law enforcement was on its way. You know, we need to exit. We need to get out of here.
So do you want to start making your way through submersion space down below again? Make sure all the pathways stay open?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna start to clear a path out of here. Let's get moving as we can. I guess I'll make my way back into the lobby area, right?
Yep.
So
if we come on back,
yeah, yep,
you could start moving your way back into the lobby, right?
yep. I need to learn how to use this ruler thing, so I can move up to 30 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
And your Digidama can move up to 60.
Okay. We'll have the Digidama. I think can get somewhere around there, roughly.
Yeah, probably a little bit further.
Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna start making my way out. Basically, I want to get to that other node.
To this node here. Yeah.
Yep.
If you'd like, you can make a running check to move a little bit further.
Yeah. Let's do that. A little running check doesn't hurt. That's a strength-based check. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but it'll probably net you 1 or 2 more squares, but it's still something.
6 total.
Yep, so it nets you 2 more squares.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Yeah.
Okay. And you start hoofing it for the next node. And Gideon. you're up, my friend.
All right. So this door here.
Leads into the bathroom.
Sweet. I am going to kick the door open
Nice.
and then park myself just inside because I know that we didn't kill those guys in the north, right?
Okay, yep, correct. You did take out the shield guy, but there's still another 2.
Yeah, so I'm going to sit in here, kind of hovering in the doorway. And can I hold my action so as soon as they come around the corner, I can just plink, plink?
Yeah, go ahead, and you're trying to do this stealthy like, right? You don't want them to see you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Oh, yeah, stealth check. Ooh, that is a 14.
Good. Okay. So you post up, you go through, and you're just kind of waiting, waiting to take your turn to shoot those guys.
Just sitting in the doorway, like kind of crouched down, guns up, and I'll look over at Octavius, and I'll be like, "You better get out of here, boss. Sit behind the big man. He'll look after you."
And that takes us to
and I'm
Octavius.
just waiting for those guys to show their heads.
So Octavius is going to keep moving, especially with Wyvern indicating that we should be trying to get out as quickly as possible. I think what Octavius is going to be trying to do is to, I don't know if this would be like a civics check, but trying to think about plan B, plan C, and like what needs to happen for multiple escape routes depending on how things go down.
Octavius, go ahead and make a civics check.
Would love to. That is triple sixes. That is an 18.
Oh yeah.
Well done. Holy smokes. Octavius, you're pretty sure as manager, you could likely call off the police if you can get yourself to a terminal.
Okay. I love that.
False alarm or
love
some
that.
sort of stuff like that. So you could either make your way back into an office or try and get to the reception desk out in front of Helmont.
I think in that case, I'll move towards the lobby. Yeah, I'll move towards the lobby.
So you start hoofing it. You gonna run?
I'm gonna run.
Okay,
For
go ahead and
whatever
make
good
another
that does
running
me,
check.
I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
That is a 10.
A 10. So you can move up to 40 feet. So you can get right next to Corvo there on either
Awesome.
side.
That is exactly what I wanted.
It's a good spot to be in, I tell you what.
Wyvern, Warsaw is going to attempt to step back away from you as he's bleeding profusely from the stomach. This allows you to make a reaction check versus his reaction to see if you can intercept with an additional attack against him. It's like a disengagement attack, but you need to beat his reaction check.
Is it me that you said? Because I thought you said Corvo. So
I might have said Corvo. I meant Oaken. Yes,
Okay.
with your axe, because he's moving away from you. Apologies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So reaction, and then I do I roll for the reaction first.
Yeah, so you make a reaction versus reaction when somebody tries to move away from you to see who's quicker. And if you're quicker, that counts as your attack against them as well. So if you succeed, you would automatically hit and determine where.
9.
A 9. That's not going to cut it even with an edge dice. He got a 14. So he steps back, and then he levels his shotgun at you, and he's going to take a shot at you. Now, in this situation, you could decide to use cover. The soldier who's engaged with you, you could decide to use cover and kind of body block, essentially, with that soldier, because combat's going back and forth. So if you'd like to take a cover check instead, you would get a +3 bonus to your cover check.
Okay.
Using that body. And if you succeed, he accidentally shoots his buddy.
Okay. Please succeed. Uh, 12.
You got a 14. You're running
Okay,
through
I'm
your edge dice, but would you like to use
Yeah, I
your
am.
edge dice?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Yeah, get him.
You got a pot of 3 extra edge dice, so.
Yeah, exactly. What did you have?
He had a 14.
6, 12. I got 15.
15. Okay, you successfully kind of wedge yourself against the wall as he's taking aim, and he hits his buddy in the right arm, blasting it with a shotgun. Like the armor goes spraying off. His arm's all bloodied. He drops the knife. Yes. And Oaken, it is now your turn.
Okay. I am going to tell Warsaw what's what, and I'm gonna go after him again with my battle axe.
All For that, you just move up 5 feet. Yep. And because you don't leave engagement of the target you're next to, he doesn't get an attack against you.
Okay,
You're just kind of pivoting around.
got it. 17.
Ooh, that hits. Go ahead and roll to see where.
4.
All right, now here's the deal. He only got a 10, and because you beat by 5, you can move it by 1, so you can move it back down to his lower torso if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Just
Oaken,
chopping that tree down.
How do you kill Warsaw?
Yes.
Take both my hands on my axe, and I scream out loud the most primal scream as I whack him down. And he goes, like, he gets this shocked face on, or shocked look on his face, and then just collapses.
Yeah, exactly. His upper torso slides clean of his lower body, and you have just cleaved Warsaw in half.
Sweet.
Go ahead and with that battle cry, go ahead and make an intimidation check for his ally that just got shot by his boss before his boss got cut in half.
Okay. Intimidation is under
It's under wisdom. Yep.
Yeah, 4. Okay. 16.
16. Yeah, that soldier is pretty terrified right now. All boogered up from the grenade, the shotgun to the arm, and then just watching his boss get cleaved in two. Corvo, you are up.
So it's irritating. Yeah, I think Corvo's definitely going to move up because that's just who he is, really.
Getting in.
Well, there's no point being at a distance. And I think, yeah, he's probably gonna take a shot at that guy that's standing next to Oaken.
Yeah. Shoot away. He's a good target because he's not only wounded, he's also scared. So he's taking some hefty penalties.
He's not up to much. That's not too bad. Is 16? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely hits. Roll to see where.
3.
A 3. Let me take a look here. Yes, this guy was already wounded in the lower torso, so that's a great place to hit. Are you shooting spread shot or are you shooting your spread shot's probably the better option here, yeah?
Well,
I mean, I know technically not, but for profile wise.
yeah, I think like the Corvo's sort of intention is always going to be that, like, he's going to be as accurate as possible, but
Okay.
he understands the value of spread shot. Though I feel like he might have lost count. He would have had like a staggered magazine in his shotgun.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d4. Odds it's slug, evens it's spread, and we'll find out. Let's find out together. So that was a 4. Evens it's spread.
It's spread, okay. And spread you do. Yeah. You blow out this guy's stomach and send him flying back against, spraying the council back here that Octavius is about to utilize. Corvo.
I mean, they brought me to get messy, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And apparently Oaken too, my goodness.
It's a crazy lady with an axe. What did we think was going to happen?
Okay. Rushed footsteps come around this corner as the one still healthy soldier comes along. Octavius, go ahead and make an awareness check for me.
I would love to. What is my awareness? It's 15, 17, 19.
Ooh.
19 plus 1 is 20.
Damn.
Funny, Octavius, holy smokes. So Octavius, you see this guy come around with his assault rifle trained on you. He's trying to move stealthy. And as he steps in front of the doorway, now you can interrupt here, Gideon, because you held your turn waiting for somebody to come.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we're in a situation, Gideon, because he's within 5 feet of you and you're stealth.
Mm-hmm.
You can attempt what's called a coup de grace.
Yeah.
Which is just an instant kill. So would you like to attempt that? That's going to be a stealth versus awareness check, and if you succeed,
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, that is a 17.
All right, Gideon, this guy walks in front. He is trained. He's like about to take the shot on Octavius, and he just lines up perfectly with your gun.
Yeah, as he does,
Please.
the revolver just like pink to the side of his head. And no, Gideon's just going to be like, dodge this.
Oh!
And the soldier goes, just executed. Purple psionic energy exploding out the other side of his skull. Very well done. Very well done.
Perfect.
Epic.
Perfect.
This soldier is gonna make as they say, a tactical retreat. And he starts booking it for the back conference room. And Wyvern, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna try to get to that node.
Oh,
if I
yes.
can. I'm
Yep, let's
hustling,
activate back
hustling.
into submersion.
Mhm.
Every day I'm hustling.
For expedience, why don't we say you make it over to the node,
Okay.
Wyvern?
All right.
Again, these two ice are stuck in a never-ending loop of quarantine, bashing onto your Mirage. And yes, what are you doing at the node?
Well, I want to connect to it, and then I want to see if there's any activity in any of the elevators, like more troops coming our way, kind of thing.
There are not. Most of the elevators are actually on this floor. From the troops who have come, although I think by your death count, I think you've taken out a good number of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're darn near 10. So.
Okay.
So you're assuming that the other guards are likely going to be the 2 guards still on the bottom floor. You remember in the debrief that there's probably a couple of guards stationed on the rooftop, and likely there's going to be some guards who man security apparatus like the cameras on the security floor.
Okay. And then can I just do like kind of a simple hack into the system, like the general computing system, to see if has there been any call for like emergency response? I mean, we know that law enforcement's on its way, but anything beyond just sort of like the beat cop, you know?
Yeah, go ahead and make a, for this you don't need to make a hack, and go ahead and make a net diving check.
Net diving, okay. All right.
Yep, this is just a general search. You're reading through the details of calls going in and out.
That's gonna be a 20.
A 20. It sounds like police are almost on site. No calls have gone into Central Judicial. That wouldn't be really Apex security style. From what you can see in recorded logs, Apex is like, yeah, we'll take care of this. Shouldn't be an issue. That was issued before they arrived on your floor, clearly.
Okay.
So nothing more severe than local PD.
That's good. We can handle
is on its way, but it will be here in likely a couple of turns, probably the next 20 seconds ish, which is about 3 in-game turns.
Okay. I don't know if I can do one additional sort of like scan of the system, but have any other special security protocols been initiated on any additional locations on this floor in terms of, I guess what I'm thinking is that the idea of more secrets, is there any other spot on this floor that is highly sensitive based on
Ooh.
security protocols being initiated?
Yes, on a net diving of 20 that you got, we'll continue to utilize that. The northeast room had additional protocols put in place. You also see that security is based on the ruckus coming from the 23rd floor, is starting to initiate blast door protocols that will probably take them a turn or two to fully engage.
Okay.
So they're going to try and lock down the facility. You do.
Go ahead.
From this node, you do have control of the blast doors on this level.
Okay. I'm going to relay that information to my party that they're looking to close blast doors, seal us in. We need to move fast. I'm going to hold these open so we can get to the elevator.
What, Vern, do you remember what the windows are made of?
Yeah,
Are the
sure
windows,
do.
are they like shielded? Are they bulletproof or anything?
I 100% know the answer to that question.
I mean, we did hear the window shatter when the net diver shot himself.
That's
Did
right.
he?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you
Listen.
bring your wings?
Yeah, kind of. Vern, if you can get me into that top room, I will grab whatever we need and I will get out that window. It'll be just
I can
like
get-
old times.
I can get you in there. We've done this dozens of times before.
All right, Corvo, you okay to take the rest of them downstairs? I can't hear you. You're muted. Get back on the local channel.
He's been hacked.
I wouldn't worry about them too much, Vern. If you could just go ahead and lock the elevators on our floor so only we have access to this floor without them walking up 23 flights of stairs, that'll slow them down a little bit. And maybe activate those turrets in the floor out in the lobby there. But make sure
Is
they're
there
friendly. for that.
anything else, Corvo, that you'd like me to do? I mean, hold on. I need to find a does anybody
Yeah, I
have?
hope you're noting this down, Vern.
Yeah.
Vern, if you can tell me with a straight face that you're not currently getting your thighs massaged by the chair that you're in, I'll happily do the rest of the work myself.
They've actually moved down to my feet, and it is exquisite.
You know I know where you are, right?
Wait. What?
If anyone's getting out of here, it's going to be me. I'm going to bring as much of the rest of them with me as I can, but I know where you are.
Yeah. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it.
Start breaking a sweat, you lazy git.
So is the plan to bunker down on the 23rd floor then, with locking the elevators
Well,
and pulling up the turrets?
I think Corvo's getting at lock them down so no one else can activate the elevators besides.
Gotcha. So that
yeah.
you
So-
guys
so
can go
the-
down, but others can't come up.
The plan will be that eventually, when we have cleared out that northeastern room, we can
To go
use
down.
the elevators. But on the off chance that while he is pulling all of the elevators to the 23rd floor, some people make it in there, well, they're going to get a really warm reception from the turrets.
I think we
Gotcha.
have the elevators on the 23rd, right?
Most
You
of
did
them
say
are,
most.
Not
yeah.
all of them.
Not
Not
all.
all of them. Yeah. Okay.
So you could
So, yeah.
certainly put in a call to the couple that aren't and
So
force them up here. You don't even need to hack that.
okay. So I'll take care of that. But the other thing then on the next turn maybe or whenever it's appropriate, I'm going to try to help Gideon get to that other location with the additional sensitive information. Gideon, that's what you were getting at, right?
Yep,
Yep. Okay. Yep. And then you've got
And-
it. You've got your own escape plan.
I sure do.
Yes, you do.
I do want to be mindful. I know Josh has a hard cut at 10. So Josh, when you need to take off, you go right ahead. We're almost to the end. And we can catch you up when needed, but we'll finish off this Gideon gambit.
Look,
And-
ultimately, what Corvo is going to be doing is going room to room, screaming, come out wherever you are. And, just using his shotgun to very good close combat effect.
Perfect.
Think
I
all of the
will-
reasons why Canada got sanctioned in the Geneva Conventions.
Okay, Gideon, you're up, my friend.
Yeah, Gideon, I'm just sprinting for that room.
Okay, yep. Go ahead and make an awareness check, Gideon.
Awareness. I believe that is. Yep. 19.
19. As you approach this other bathroom door, you hear somebody outside, not far from the bathroom door, dragging their leg, but moving this direction. So you're about here, and you hear it on the other side of that door.
Well, I mean, I assume it's the other guard. So I'm gonna try and like crack the door and see if it's him. And if it is, I'll pull out the vibro tanto that I have, and just like wait for him to go past and be like, "Sorry, pal."
All right. We'll just assume he continues to move. Go ahead and make another stealth versus awareness check to see if you can coup de grace this guy.
Come on. Oh, okay, that is 16, 13.
13 to a 13. You successfully do it. And you how do you shiv him down?
I think as he's kind of crawling past, I'm going to use the door and be like, hit him in the head, and then just follow it with the
stab.
blade. Yep.
Nice. And he goes down. And that's your turn. So we go back to the top of the turn order. Octavius, you're up.
Will you allow me to reach the phone on this round, GM?
Yeah, move on in to the control
I
panel.
would love to. Yep.
And of course the collecting gore on the ground now at this point.
Absolutely.
Viscera.
Feet
Yeah.
squelching. Yeah, all of that.
All right, you make it to the phone. Are you putting in the call?
I am absolutely putting in that call. I am just going to come on the phone and identify myself with the credentials of the manager and say, look, I don't know what to tell you. These Neo Codex guys don't know what they're doing. They must have tripped an alarm while they were fixing things. We don't need any help. We don't need any more trouble here tonight.
Just
ahead.
weapons malfunction. Everything's fine.
Go ahead and make a guile check for me, Octavius.
17.
17. The officer, what you assume is the chief, he's like, are you sure? We saw some flashes up on the 23rd floor through the windows.
I don't know what these idiots were doing, but that was the screens flashing as they fucked up whatever they were supposed to do.
Yo, Coda, I always thought those guys were good. Okay, well, I mean, you're the manager. I got your credentials. Okay, yeah, right. We'll call off the squad cars. And he's like, just if something goes on, just give us a call, okay? We'll tell the officers to ignore further issues.
I think that is perfect. Thank you so much for your help.
Just be really careful. Like, PD, yeah, no problem. But if they really mess things up and they alert TJ, they're not going to take a phone call. But I'm sure you're aware of that.
Of course, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of everything that happens here.
No doubt. Well, you have a good night, sir. And then the police officer calls off the squad cars, and you see the lights flashing outside, getting further away now. Oaken, what are you doing?
This bit is amazing.
I want to get something off of Warsaw's body to prove that we killed him.
Okay,
So-
what are you taking?
Oh,
I mean, you got an axe. His head would be a good start.
His epic shotgun.
well, we're gonna take his toy
Just
for Corvo.
Swipe card.
We
Oh
could
yeah,
do
the
that.
chain axe.
Yeah.
You're taking the chain axe, okay?
Yep. But then, does he have credentials on him that I can steal?
Go ahead and make awareness check.
Okay. $17.
17. Yeah, he has a. You find a badge, like an Apex security badge, with his Warsaw name on it, and you just use your axe and you cut it off of his torn up flak armor that he was wearing, and then pick up his chain axe off of the ground.
Sweet. And then I'm gonna look at Octavius and say, "Do you need a reference?" And then get him to come over and look at Warsaw so that we can use his credentials to get out of this place.
Ooh. I
He
am
does still
all
have a
for
face,
that.
so-
Yeah. Can I just delete Kevin McAllister from my roster and replace him with Warsaw?
I think you can, yeah, and I believe the Clayface can carry up to like 3 profiles or something to that effect. So, yeah. So you move over, scan his face. In the meantime, Corvo's still here. Corvo, are you chasing down that pistol guy?
Oh, I think he and I have unfinished business.
All right, go ahead and make your movement and take your shotgun shot. This is not going to go good for this guy, I have a feeling.
The pipes are calling. From hill to hill and down the road. That's not a great roll. I think I'll just use an edge dice with that one as well, because come on. 8 is what he rolled.
Believe it or not, he only has a 6 since he's scared and wounded. So he's taking some hefty penalties. Roll to see where you get him.
That is a 6.
A 6. He's already been hit in the right arm. Yeah, with that, you essentially loose this fella of his right arm with the shot. And he kind of goes scooting forward a little bit from the pain, and then kind of collapses down.
I think that Corvo's next move would, like, moving forward, because I do have to run away, would be to go and ensure that guy moved on to the next world.
Okay, Corvo starts
expediently.
heading over with his shotgun, ready to just make sure he's.
I will also very gently point out that he has thunder thighs installed on both legs.
Oh, no.
And so probably can wear very heavy boots.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Wyvern, you are up. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Go
Thanks,
ahead,
guys. I will see you next session.
Josh. Thanks for joining, Josh.
Peace out,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Wyvern. I'm
All right.
assuming you are going to work to get the security taken care of in the other room?
Yes, absolutely. Got to get Gideon in there to take care of business.
That's a trek back to the node you just came from.
Oh shit. That's not
So-
great.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's gonna
Now-
take me a couple rounds to get there.
It'll take Gideon a couple rounds to get up to where he's going, but at this point, the threat has been largely neutralized.
All right. And this situation over here with the binder
they're
and the
stuck-
beholder, they're all still
they're
doing
stuck-
their thing.
As long as you uphold Mirage and Door with your 2 core processors, they're stuck in a forever loop.
Yeah.
They're
that's
like essentially
beautiful
glitched
thing.
out.
Yeah. All right. I'm doing it. I'm gonna look at Octavius. I'm gonna look at. Oh, can I just be like, Give me a second, and I'm gonna run back.
You're like, none of my other hacking jobs had me doing this much cardio.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of cardio. I'm getting my steps in here. So yeah,
Your
I will. I
virtual
want
steps.
to. I
Okay.
want to help Gideon get into that room, and then we're out of here.
So you start moving back. For now, we'll move out of action sequencing. I will say this: as Corvo moves up and using his thunder thighs crushes the poor fellow's skull, you hear him say, "We got more in the office rooms," and he moves up. And and then you hear shotguns going off, and a whole bunch of gunfire as Corvo steps into the office room, very Corvo style.
At least he's having a good time.
Yeah, do you hear him singing? That's terrifying.
Yeah, he's almost giddy.
Gideon, you can start moving up to the office spaces, and as you head over there, go ahead and make a hacking check, Wyvern. As
Sure.
you get to the node
Yep.
and you start hacking through the biometrics.
Yep. Oh, oops, that's not the right die. Okay. 16.
16. The door slides open, Gideon.
Oh yeah, all right. Vern,
And
what
as
am I
you
looking
step-
for?
Important looking stuff.
It's all
Remind me-
important looking stuff. Look at it.
I know.
This thing's glowing. That thing's got lights on it. That one
All right,
over there, there's a
focus.
bunch of books there.
Paul, remind me, what did I detect in that room when I did that scan?
Yeah, this sort of large console. It's like a huge, like, almost looks like it, kind of like equipment that would be shipped out to like a construction yard or something. It's like a massive metal crate containing something, and with a whole bunch of these power locks going
Can I
around
open it? Can I try to open it?
You can try. It's not as tight as the safe was, but it's definitely a bit of a doozy. One quick question I have for you is, do you have the program Breach?
Do not.
You do not. Okay.
I have
I
disarm.
wasn't sure. Disarm. Okay. Nope. That's just
No.
for other programs you might
Yep.
come across.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So then you're just gonna make a normal hacking check against this breach. Breach is like a slow burn hacking that gets stronger the longer you leave it on something.
Okay. You know, just because I know how important this is to Gideon, I'm willing to take the risk. Can I do a boost amplify on myself? I'm gonna take some additional trace for sure. Okay. So that would be 2 more trace.
Another 6 more trace.
6 more
for boost
trace,
amplify. Yep.
Okay.
Plus
So I think
another
we-
one for unlocking the door. So you should be
Okay.
up at 25 or 26 maybe.
Yeah, I actually had 28.
28.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So does that put you up above 30 then, or you're at 28 now?
I'm at 28.
Okay. Nice.
Yep. Okay,
Not
here we
that
go.
anything happens at 30.
Right,
No,
yeah,
of course
yeah,
not. Why
yeah.
would that
No,
be?
no,
It's
no,
not-
no, no.
Yeah, I'm sure that you just asked just because you were wondering. Okay.
Yeah, just totally
Okay.
just random curiosity.
22 total.
22. Yes, it unlocks. The magnetic locks unhinge. Gideon, are you accessing the crate?
Yeah. I'm very. As it like opens up, Gideon's just like guns up like what? I don't want any more net divers jumping out at me.
Gideon, go ahead and make a machining check.
I'll say this too, Paul, as
I'm sorry, a
Wyvern
technicianing check. Sorry, go ahead, Wyvern.
as Wyvern realizes that he was successful, he just turns, he looks over at his companions like, all right, Gideon's on his own. It's time for us to get the fuck out of here. And he's gonna start making his way towards the elevators.
Yeah, it's like,
Perfect.
I got an 11.
An 11. You're not. There's a whole bunch of like what looks like almost various different like computer equipment, stuff like that, like very technical looking stuff. But what seems to be the most important is in a small case, and it's a strange black cube structure. And it essentially, from the gist of what you can get from it, is that this is somehow maps the core server of the facility.
That's what I was looking for. All right, Vern, I got this funky looking box here. You getting everybody out of here?
We're out. We'll meet you back at the place.
Yeah, you betcha. Hey, this camera in the room, is that turned on?
Not anymore.
No,
Or
no,
actually, no, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, turn it on.
Yeah.
Turn it on.
Yeah, it's on.
Um,
I'm gonna record this.
Yep, and Gideon's gonna like hold the box, put it inside his very obvious Neo Codex uniform, and then turn up to the camera and point his gun up and blast it, and then turn to the window and shoot the window out.
And as you shoot the window, the physical bullet hits the window, and the window like cracks but doesn't break. But then the psionic energy ripples out and explodes out the window, sending glass flying out.
Nice. So I've got the box.
Now you are on the 23rd floor,
and that's fine because I embrace my inner Batman and pull out my grappling launcher, and just take
to the
off.
neighboring building. I love
Yep,
it.
off into the night.
Now, in the meantime, Octavius and Oaken, a very bloodied Corvo comes back to join you. And he's like, "I got me 3 more." Or whatever his accent is. And
that was spot on.
That was very good.
Uncanny, yeah.
Beautiful.
Octavius, what are you doing?
I think Octavius looks to Corvo and Oaken and asks, "Do we have everything we came for? Did we take out enough of them?"
I mean, if we're counting, absolutely, we took enough for our thing. But you know, we do have potential to do more when we're going down. So
It's time to leave, Octavius.
Yeah.
I think time to go. We've been having a lot of fun here, but yeah,
I just, they enjoy this so much. I don't want to take this away from them.
I know, but there'll be more. Like we'll find other toys for them to play with and break.
It's a really disturbing way to talk about human beings, but that's fine. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, and you guys head into the elevator. Octavius, are you taking on Warsaw's visage?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Why not?
Okay. And so you guys make your way out. Wyvern stops the security, the blast doors from closing on the levels as you move down throughout. And you move your way, and we'll just say you make your way to wrap the session up. You make your way out of the hotel, back out through the alleyway. Wyvern, as you're about to disconnect, the same sort of glitching starts to happen in submersion space again, and it's very, very odd, and you're kind of filled with this thought of like, did Net Zero really just blow his brains out? Up there, like he's the guy who like literally hired you guys for this contract.
So many questions.
And right as you pull the plug, like and the code is like spinning past you as you're disconnecting, you catch a single word, Tartarus, float by you in the code, like manifesting, and then you wake up in your massage chair. It's like hitting your lower lumbar perfectly.
Oh, it's Tartarus.
And that is a wrap.
Could I do one other thing? I meant to do this. So I recorded that last moment where Gideon turned and made it very obvious with the Neo Codex uniform and everything. I'm gonna do a quick edit
we had the chip,
on
right?
that. Yeah. And I'm gonna do a quick edit on the footage to kind of blur his face just enough where it looks like there was a glitch, but you can still see like the uniform. And then I'm going to embed that back into the server if I can, so that it is, it's evidence that is obvious. That's sort of like our breadcrumb.
Yeah. I like it. Very well done. In review of the mission, congratulations, you guys. You achieved all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So, in conclusion, each one of you will get 7,000 crypt to spend. Yeah, so you guys should be coming into the next mission with some fun new toys, or at least upgraded ones.
Yeah.
You each get 2 class points. So this means that you can unlock the next class ability, because it takes 2 to unlock the subsequent class ability, if you would like. And the only reason you're getting that is because you got both the main objective and secondary objective.
Yes.
And then finally, you each can add 9 influence to your contact side for use on contacts in the future.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Very well done. Gideon meets back up with you guys at Girls.
Girls Cubed.
Girls Cubed. Yeah,
Girls Cubed.
And Corvo now is a proud new owner of a chain axe, in addition, which is only going to get even more interesting. So now we have some axe pros. We have axe partners here to go in with dual battle axes. So congratulations, guys. Well done. It got a little messy, but very well done. That was awesome.
Beautiful.
So good.
Yeah, super exciting.
Thank you so
And
much, Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure. No, it was a blast seeing you guys approach this mission and figure out how to do stuff. I really enjoyed, Gideon, you taking on that stealth coup de grace moment there in
That
the
was
bathroom.
awesome.
That was
pretty
incredible.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you everybody who joined us to watch this, who supported, who gave edge dice, and who I don't know if we got any donations, but if anybody donated to the Red Cross, thank you for that
I'll put the link back in there, guys. If you have the ability to donate even $5 to help folks that are suffering from the LA fires, please do. I'll drop that link in the chat now. Or if you can't, that's cool too. But maybe share the link with people in your network and just help to raise awareness that people are definitely in need. So thank you very much for your assistance in that effort.
So come join us next time as they start mission 2. So this is going to be going after some more Apex Security. Apex Security is going to definitely not like you guys after a little bit. Taking out some of their key people. But importantly, you now have additional information on the core server because of the secondary objective. And you're going to have one less Apex Security person to deal with in this next mission because Deimos is being moved because of
that's right.
or Warsaw getting cut in half. So stay tuned for next mission. It is going to be a hoot.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. Yes, Paul, thank you so much again for running us through this. Let's go quickly around the virtual table, have people remind us who they are, where we can find them. Tara, let's go ahead and start with you, please.
I'm Tara. You can find me on any socials as Your Know Me or Your Know Me Too. That's all.
All right, thank you, Tara. Great to have you in this campaign, and your experience playing this before is helping us a lot. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Let's jump over to JD, the man of many faces.
That, is just apparently my character type these days. I am JD. I can be found everywhere on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean. And if you enjoy seeing me play characters who wear different faces, I will be playing a changeling rogue in another heist game with Live from the Apocalypse tomorrow night.
Awesome.
So join us for Never Ember's Enigma for some more heist action, though less bloody than tonight was.
There was a lot of carnage tonight. I hold you responsible. You got us in.
Yeah,
all right.
It was my fault.
Yeah, another responsible party, a very responsible party, responsible indeed. Alan Henry, great to have you. Where can people find you? What the hell's going on?
Yes, kia ora. I'm very responsible, Alan Henry. You can find me on Blue Sky at Alan Henry Official. I am on Instagram, but Meta sucks balls, so I'm slowly shifting away from that. Who knows where we'll find each other, but should you want to find me in person, I will be at Pensacon in Pensacola, Florida, February 14 to 16. Come say hi, come hang out. I can sign things or draw on your Funko Pops or whatever. And if you want to see more of me, hit up all your local conventions, even international conventions, and be like, hey, that Alan Henry guy's super cool. You should invite him. But yes, I will. I'm trying to do as much as I can with Guild Superior because Dave is awesome, and I love playing with Dave, and I love meeting wonderful people when we play these games. But yeah, here's to the future. Huzzah!
Hell yeah, huzzah indeed. Thank you so much. And Paul, please tell us where people can find out more information about House of Eidolons. I'm going to go ahead and drop some information in the chat, but tell us where people should go, what people should do.
Yeah, you can go over to House of Eidolons webpage. We do have a version of the book for PDF. It is a rough version. I'll be very transparent. We are working on a much more refined version of the book. We are working on getting art, and we're hopeful that around mid this year, we will have a printable version of the book with some art and well laid out. Ready to go. So stay tuned there. If you would like to support us early on and bear with a not so great format of the book, do feel free to support us on Patreon. And then you can find me as Penburrow on Instagram, on Threads, on I guess pretty much those two. Maybe Blue Sky in the future, although I'm pretty bad at keeping up on socials. So feel free to reach out.
It's getting harder and harder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paul, thank you so much. And I will say this: we do have a link. I'm going to put that in the chat right now to the starter kit for House of Eidolons, right? So people can go check that out if you want to read up on it and get a feel for some of the rules and that sort of thing. JD, I have a question for you. I see Live from the Apocalypse is live right now. How late are they going? Should we raid them?
I'm pretty sure, tragically, they are literally wrapping up as we speak, based on what I just saw in chat.
Okay. All right, not a problem. Let's see. I'm gonna find a raid target here, my friends. So stick with us. My name's Dave. You guys know me. I don't have to say anything else. We appreciate you being here. Stop by the Discord, join our Discord, get involved with some of the games, get to know us. There's some great people in there. We are very welcoming, and we would love to play games and sit around the table with you. So come and join us. Stick around for just a couple minutes. I'm going to find a raid target, I promise, and we're going to raid them. Thank you. And Josh, our producer, thank you so much for turning the knobs, pressing the buttons, making it look and sound good. We really appreciate you for doing that. And you can take us to the end screen. Thank you very kindly. Bye, everybody.